Vegeta, what does the scouter say about their subscriber count?
It's 9,010.
Wait, so you mean
Yes, Nappa. It's over.
it's over?
It's over 8,000.
What eight? Wait, what?
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification.
I don't care if you've been shipping Raylo all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Brother, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with that dang shit on my left. Oh, Ninja, the world, oh, Ninja.
Sometimes you just need to moisturize.
Ooh, on my far right, engineer, and on the ones that do choke people out on the blue sports Kratos.
No problem.
Yeah. That is it. We do not have Blue. We do not have Stitch up in the building. We're gonna do a 3-man show.
Yeah, the green poison got him.
Ooh.
I've been playing the division, y'all.
It's a great game, y'all. Especially post like after the game. The end game shit is great.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just. It feels like you have to do these feats just to start the end game shit, and I'm like, what the fuck?
God
It's
damn.
fucking crazy. Yeah. I guess we just start talking about the division real quick. I guess the raid has been delayed. Apparently, I found out today they're gonna postpone it slightly.
Which one? The basin one? Tidal basin?
The first, I think so. One of the first raid is gonna be delayed. I think only by like a couple weeks. But I mean, it's still coming. But I guess the unlock of it will be later.
Oh, okay, because I know that IGN played it. Some other folks have played it, but I guess maybe
It's probably not ready. I don't think it's like ready for the public yet.
It's okay. I mean, it's pretty difficult to get to at this point. You have to be, I think, near gear level 500, which is pretty fucking high.
I saw someone at 499 last night. I was like, how the fuck did he get that?
Grinding.
Actually, maybe it's just 325. Because it keeps going up for me. Because I just beat one of the strongholds, the invaded strongholds, and then the gear score count to get into all the other strongholds and other places went up.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's what's happening. I mean, you could technically still go, but you get your ass kicked.
Yeah, that's like Destiny. Destiny had the same thing. If you didn't hit a certain light level, you could, once you hit the base, you could get into the raid, but you're going to get your ass fucking smashed.
Every time.
And then once you hit like a recommended, then you'll be able to actually do real damage and contribute. But
All right, give the
Kinda messed
stats.
up. Yeah, so first in the chat would be Warrior Fella. Good to see you again. He was doing a Marvel marathon, so congrats.
Nice.
I was asking him in the chat what movie he stopped at. Just waiting for a response on that. And then listener of the week would be Kevin Gavolia.
Garneau?
You do it for Underworld?
No, that's Kevin Garvo, somebody else. And then right behind him is Defeating Flame 19. Actually, all three listeners of the week are new listeners as far as I've seen.
Hell yeah.
With multiple listens.
I
So
love it. Love it. Showing us love on the interwebs.
we definitely appreciate it. I think that's because, as we said in the intro, our YouTube subscriber count is over 9,000.
Hell
So-
yeah. That's thanks to y'all, man. That's
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
lovely.
Thank you. That's actually a lot of thanks to Blue. I mean, he's the one who
Yeah.
runs the vast majority of the YouTube channel. Anytime you see anything outside the live stream, it's him, and then Old Ninja does some live streaming there with gaming now, but all the other stuff, like all the reacts, when you see the episodes re-uploaded as like that look better, that's all Blue, and he organizes the stuff. So yeah, I gotta thank him a lot.
Good shit. Old Ninja, you usually pour out some type of malt beverage. Before you do, apologies to anybody who's hearing my fucking nasally ass voice and shit. I had a cold earlier, but the show must go on. Fuck it. All right.
Nobody here to see you, Otis.
Oh, god damn.
So we have we gonna pour out some milk with this one.
Milk, what the fuck?
Yeah, we gotta do milk for let's see, Maya Licia Naylor.
Homesteader.
She's a British child star. She was 16. She passed away today, actually a few
damn.
hours ago. She's on a show called Millie in Between and Almost Never. So I guess she was an up-and-coming actress. She's a Redbone.
How did she die? She's young.
There's no details so far, but they were just talking about the shows and what happened. Her publicist list about that she passed away today. She was only 16 years old. Details are still forthcoming about her death.
That is some sad ass shit, man. Nobody wants to hear about teenagers dying.
Yeah,
God,
and she started out as a child actress as well, but yeah, it's unfortunate. So,
R.I.P. man.
so bad. She was a singer, also actress, singer, dancer.
Good
You know,
shit.
trying to be like Riri.
Yeah. Any like after death, I guess, roles that
It's
we'll
still-
see her later on?
I don't know.
That are in production or something?
No
or
idea.
Post-production?
No idea. But
Okay.
I mean, I'm hoping we're able to get more details soon, because it was just so far nothing's been published. They're just talking about that she passed away today, and that's pretty much it.
God damn. All right. Guys, we got to jump on the fuck on in.
Wait, before you do, we got to talk about something that's actually quite important.
Okay.
So some of y'all, I guess, have had the opportunity to see Avengers Endgame. Some of y'all have been posting spoilers on the internet. Now, y'all should already know that you don't fucking do that shit. You guys should be respectful. Put some respect on it.
These are like early showings?
Apparently, like
in other markets is what I mean?
Either that or some kind of like, like behind, like people like that were production friends and family type thing might have seen it, but apparently there's people already on it. So the only thing that I've seen that's closest to it is there's someone who's a fan or an associate of the Super Shoot show, and he posted that basically like, he's basically seen it and y'all ain't ready, but he said if you want to know about it, hit me in the DM, which is acceptable. But
Sure.
other people apparently are sharing clips of the film
Fucked up.
online that are unsanctioned. I mean, for one, you should know not to look on that. Two, if you're dumb enough to do that, you should know that Disney's about to come and clap that ass real quick.
Yeah.
So, but you shouldn't be, even if you've seen it, you shouldn't be on there spoiling it for everybody. Let everybody know, because there's supposed to be secrets and stuff. Let people enjoy the film the way it's intended, without being spoiled and whatnot. Y'all should already know. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing that on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, people going to come at you very fucking angrily.
Justifiably.
Yeah, I mean, there are other people that are like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to put this out there. People who are maybe not fans, but they wanted to see it because of the hype. And they're like, oh, I'm just going to tell everybody because I don't care.
They want to feel special. This is like, people want to be like the first for everything, no matter the cost, no matter what you're ruining for somebody else. Like, be a fucking adult, or just, learn how to keep some shit to your fucking self. It's like, damn.
Yeah, and it's literally 2 weeks away.
That's the thing. They may not, I don't know if they're adults or not. They could be, teens or whatnot.
Fuck them kids, too.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
12-year-olds fucking acting bad. Fuck
I gotta give it to people for Game of Thrones. Everyone was saying no spoilers, please, and I didn't see anything. They said at least wait 2 days, like we say, 48 hours.
Yeah.
Then talk about it. And the thing that I saw the day after is there were known entertainment outlets like Entertainment Weekly and a couple other spots that were literally spoiling the episode in their titles of their articles, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
They gotta be first.
Yeah, it was it had been maybe 12 hours since the episode aired.
Sometimes they do it like as it's airing, and it's like, dude,
if it's
fuck?
that's happened too. But I saw it in my feed because Entertainment Weekly is a known source. They've been doing entertainment reporting since like the 80s, early 80s even. And for you to put that out there without people, and it wasn't like a huge spoiler, but it was spoilery enough to where you're like, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen in the episode. Now I know.
Listen, I told everybody on Facebook, I was like, if you put any spoilers out there for Game of Thrones before 48 hours, you're getting fucking unfriended and blocked.
Delete.
Get the fuck out of here with your nonsense. You little kid nonsense.
Yeah.
I can't keep secrets.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and it's fucked up because obviously not everybody can watch it the night of. You know what I mean? People have other responsibilities. Some people working. Some people overseas. Whatever the fuck. But yeah, give it enough fucking time to kind of marinate and fucking settle. And there's nothing fucking wrong with that. But we should get into fucking Game of Thrones. It's Wednesday night right now. The show aired on Sunday. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Everybody's fucking seen it by now.
We need the klaxon alarm for the thing.
For them Thrones?
Yeah. Let's get into it, man. We finally got... It's almost been a full fucking 2 years, right?
Yeah. I mean, you should set it up since your balls dropped and you sound like a man now.
So, we're in... Most of it takes place in Winterfell. We got...
the title of the episode is Winterfell.
Oh, really? I fucking missed it. I missed how great the intro is. What is that? What's that called? Where you have the whole prop up stuff or whatever, the windy.
I forget what it's called.
There's a name for it.
It's cool as fuck.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Cool. Every time it comes on, it's like, damn.
Don't they do that with kids' books where you like open the book and they pop up and then you can pull a little tab and things move and shit?
Yeah, but this one is so intricate and it's fucking amazing. But you're in Winterfell. Did
you know it changes?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're gonna say. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. In this one, you see the wall is already down, which is the first time of us seeing that. There's fucking ice on the fucking path and shit. And then you have, once you get into the real deal episode, you're seeing Daenerys and fucking Jon Snow rolling through with the entire fucking Dothraki army and shit into Winterfell, which we've never fucking seen before.
Yeah, did you notice that the beginning of the episode was almost reminiscent of the very first episode of the kid running into Winterfell to tell them about about the deserter, and how he saw like the dead kid, the first White Walker, and they had to chop off the deserter's head pretty much. But yeah, I was watching. I don't know if you were able to watch the like the after the episode type thing with the creators and whatnot, and they talked about how it mirrored Arya's take on how she was excited to see the Lannisters come, the king. Mm-hmm. So Robert came in and she wanted to see everybody, and instead it was the Lannisters. This time it's Daenerys and her brother Jon coming in.
You know, this whole episode is actually underwhelming for me.
Okay.
Because, I mean, not a whole lot actually happened in the whole episode.
Yeah.
You know what?
If you think about it in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it too. But they were saying how every episode is going to be basically like a movie. It's going to be amazing. And this first one was like, it was okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, didn't blow my dick off.
No.
Yeah.
So.
We've seen episodes like obviously the Red Wedding or that great battle with Jon where he gets buried. You know what I mean? I mean, iconic fucking episodes. This was not one of those.
Yeah.
But it was a good, like, I guess, start, reintroduction.
It's a good preamble because we know what's coming up next.
Yep.
You know, we know the war is coming, probably in the next episode.
Yeah.
So, and I saw, like, I think this episode and the last one, or the next one coming up and the one we just watched, were, an hour long. But after that, they all are basically right around 80 minutes long.
Yeah, which is great.
So the third episode will be the longest at like 80 plus minutes.
Yeah, they added in like 23 minutes worth of footage, I think.
I'm fucking down.
So, and then the next episode will definitely, I think it may be a little over 60, like 62, something like that. And then there's like 2 80-minute episodes. One's like a little more.
Did you notice, I don't know if you guys saw this, but IGN kind of did a side-by-side comparison between Avatar when they were on the backs of like the flying dragons or whatever, or the dragons in the Avatar world versus Daenerys and Jon on their dragons. And it does look fucking similar in terms of like the flight path and shit.
Well, I mean, they're dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only so many ways you can make up fictional dragons like flying. So.
Exactly. But I didn't give a fuck. I still am amazed by how incredible it looks for a television show.
Yeah.
With those graphics.
To address Cronus's like slight, I guess, to the show. I mean, I saw people like vehemently like, "Oh, I already know who these motherfuckers are. Like, this is kind of a waste. Like, I need to see like this, and that." I'm like, dude, it's been 2 years. Some of y'all may have forgot. Like, I didn't put together the whole Samuel storyline about his brother and his dad.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know they had the same last name. And then when Daenerys sees him and explains what happens, it's like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit. It's funny because
extra crispy.
Yeah, yeah. Dickon got fucking extra crispy.
Yep.
So
They both him and the dad.
Yeah, I know, but it's just funny because they were talking about like Braun. Him and Jamie were talking about Dickon.
Yeah.
And that same actor, he's in Umbrella Academy actually. But it was just different for me because he got double whammied. He found out his dad died, and then he thought, well, he didn't have a good relationship with his dad, so he's like, well, my brother and I are cool. That means I can probably go home. She's like, oh, but hold up. Your brother gone too. And he was just like, just taken to it. And then he brings this.
He's a lord now, though, so that's
yeah,
cool.
Lord of a house.
But he brings the information that we all saw and was hoping to see get, transferred to Jon like towards the end of the episode.
You mean the whores and the titties?
No, that was Braun. No. I mean, some people were like, "Are we going to see titties in this episode?"
It's gotta be titties. It's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Come on now.
But I mean, Jon now knows his lineage.
Yes.
And the question is, what's he going to do with this information?
Is he going to keep fucking his auntie or what?
That dragon was looking at him like, what you doing, bruh?
Bruh.
Yeah.
That's family.
What was that Tom and Jerry look on his eyes?
Memes. Yeah, man.
I guess, I saw another report, because in the books, apparently, only a Targaryen can ride a dragon, apparently. And, like, if you tried, you would either get eaten or burnt.
Well, the Night King.
Well, he
Yeah, they-
repurposed.
They also say that he's a Targaryen.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
that could be
Yeah,
the case.
Some people say he could be a Stark. So
We'll see.
We'll see.
That's all speculation, though.
But yeah, so like people were like, well, it should have occurred to Daenerys that Jon could ride a dragon, so she should have put two and two together. But I'm like,
Oh, she put two and two together.
oh,
One inside the other.
oh,
Yeah, skate, skate.
yeah.
They was
nah.
playing hide the incest
Oh.
inside each other. That's nasty.
Yeah, it was nasty. We gotta talk about my boy,
Oh, Hoomst.
Euron Greyjoy.
Yeah.
He was just like, I'm gonna cover the sea for you, my queen, but you gotta give me a little bit of that ass, though.
Sure did.
That guy shoots his shot like a motherfucker.
He
Oh,
Yeah.
does. Even at the risk of death. Like,
Yeah.
the mountains just look at him like, I'll say something.
Yeah.
Say something. I'll kill your ass right now.
I'll rip your fucking head right off your
Yep.
body.
He's like, hey, that pussy good.
And I know, like, a lot of the ladies are taking Cersei's line, you know, if you want a whore, buy a whore, but if you want a queen, you need to earn her. And she walks away, but then he still fucked, though.
I don't think Cersei's all that hard to get. Like, from watching this show,
I mean, yeah, she fucked her brother.
yeah. I
Fucked
mean,
her cousin.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, you know, I
who
mean, she
else
can act
you-
all that way now, but,
Mm.
you know.
You know, you want a queen. I mean, she could have just needed some of that vitamin D, but damn. And then Euron had the balls to be like, how do I stack up?
Yep.
He literally asked, am I better than your fat ass husband that died or your brother?
Yep.
How'd you like the iron dick?
Yeah. And I was like,
How the
what
Greyjoys do
the fuck? And she just like, you an arrogant motherfucker, but I like that.
Yep.
He's like, yeah. And then he's
No, but she was like, where are my fucking elephants?
Yeah.
That's what she wanted to
would.
know.
She did.
She would have, like, really started slurping the ball. If he brought them fucking elephants,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? She was like, what am I going to do with horses?
Yeah. I need.
You told me fucking elephant.
Yep. She said, but they're like, it's kind of logistical to like bring that shit. We would have sank. It's not gonna work. And she's like, this is disappointing. I'm not amused.
They ain't gonna do shit against dragons anyway, bitch.
No,
Yeah.
they really
Or
ain't.
White Walkers, so
Nope.
we're just gonna
Yeah.
have some white walking elephants.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Bronn, our boy Bronn, got cock blocked. He had 3 broads on him, and this dude just bust up in there. He's like, hey, the queen needs you to do something. He's like, man, I'm trying to go inside.
Knee deep in the pussy.
And you out here talking about I need to kill somebody. Like, she can't do this herself? Shit, she didn't kill enough.
I don't think you want to fuck anyway, because those bitches are annoying as fuck. I was like, man.
Talking during the
yeah, I'm
fucking,
like, can you shut
talking
the
to
fuck
each
up?
other, too.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
like,
They were talking about a battle that he was in.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still,
And
it's
it-
fucking go time.
No, I get that, but it's just like he's like, he literally says, can we not talk about fucking battle? I'm trying to fuck. And they just like, oh, homeboy got his face burnt off, other dude got ripped up, this dude got killed. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to nut. Man.
God damn. Yeah. Braun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean Braun.
Braun or Bran?
Bran. I'm sorry. God damn, I'm fucking
Wheelchair
up.
boy.
Wheelchair boy.
Creeping.
Creeping like a motherfucking creeper. He's like, we ain't got time for these pleasantries. You talking about I'm queen and you in Winterfell and you queen? Nah, they coming.
Yeah, he
They're on their
literally
way.
he literally looked Daenerys in the face. He's all, the Night King has your dragon.
Yep.
She's like, what is
Just
yeah,
so you know.
he took your dragon. His ass is coming. Y'all fucking around. So I gotta give. Actually, I'm gonna pose this as a question, but who stood out in this episode for y'all?
Ooh.
Like, who was MVP?
I mean, old boy the Greyjoy that was dicking down the queen.
Yeah.
He stood out.
Yeah, he stood out.
I like his
Got
arrogance.
that ass.
Yeah.
So
So you see Euron.
Yeah. Euron was pretty
I do
pretty
like
epic.
him. What about
What
you,
you say?
Carnage?
I gotta say you're on too. I mean, shot is shot. Got that pussy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say the Night King.
Was he in it? Do we see him?
We don't see him, but he left a message.
Not even in the episode. And you're gonna get.
It don't, this dude
This is the
left.
mind of old ninja.
Look, this dude left a message of a dead child surrounded by body parts saying, I'm fucking coming. And then when everyone thought that this fucking dead kid reanimates and tries to fucking gnaw on motherfuckers, you know that this motherfucker ain't playing.
That was a creepy ass scene.
He left a
yeah, with the
message. He
arms
didn't
and
even have
shit.
to be. Yeah, I mean, for me, the Night King.
It's in like a spiral pattern with arms and legs.
Yeah, it's like this weird symbol with the dead kid in the middle.
Yeah.
It was like a shrimp cocktail.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when we see on the wall, we see body stains, but no bodies.
You see the arms, that's it.
Yeah, but you see, no. When they're in the snow,
Oh.
going in.
Well, they're all
So
walking
there's
now.
so they're walking in. You see blood stains, but no body. You see a few that are dismembered. So you know the Night King added more to his army.
Oh, for sure.
On top of which he cut some up and did this little mural to let motherfuckers know that you in his land now. So
Yep.
for me, the Night King with one message was MVP with that message.
Dude, I want to see him so badly. Like, they should be literally right at Winterfell, but basically right now. So hopefully in
Well, they said-
episode 2 or 3.
They said they were marching from the south, which was weird, but I'm like,
But
okay.
in the wall in the north, they
That's
just came
what I
down the
thought.
wall.
Well, yeah, they're marching south, is what they said.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes more
That
sense.
would
Okay.
make sense.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I didn't get it at first, but yeah, I mean, if Winterfell falls, they're gonna have to fall back. It's gonna be all bad.
Yeah, man.
I mean, folks ain't gonna make it. Folks are gonna end up in the army.
Yeah, but like Chronos said, for me this was a good start.
Yeah.
It wasn't like earth shattering. It really
I mean, I
wasn't.
think it was important to. I mean, the only reason why I said it was underwhelming is because what they said before it came out is like every episode is going to be like this. I'm like, this ain't like that, but this is way more reasonable because we need to get reintroduced to characters after this long of a layoff. We need to remember where everything's at.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I totally understand that shit.
No Brienne of Tarth.
Nope.
No. Yeah, she was absent.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, we'll probably see her.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
I did like not the mountain, the other dude, the Hound.
Oh, the
Oh,
house.
the Hound and Arya.
Yeah,
She's-
seeing each
he's-
other.
He's still on that list.
Yes,
So-
he is. But he was just like, "Hey, you left me for dead." He's like, "Yeah, I fucking did.
Yeah.
You might get got again."
Yeah, she pulls out her weapon a little bit. He's all, you a little hard bitch to kill, huh?
Yep. And she wants a specialized weapon, and the internet is speculating hard on that.
Well, she wants another rapier.
Yeah.
So-
Or is that's what it was, huh?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm pretty sure. Well, actually, no. The one she wanted was not a rapier. That was
Because it
something
looked like
weird.
it was a
Yeah.
different shape. It didn't look like
It
a
looked like
sword.
something. What was it called? What was the movie I was watching? There's a specialized weapon where, like, basically, if you can punch into somebody and you click a button and like claws come out and you can rip flesh out.
Whoa.
I forget what the fuck it's called. It was in a movie, but
Yeah.
it's a pretty fucked up medieval weapon because like you
Nice.
punch it in, it looks like a flower, and then when you press a button, it like removes like a giant chunk of your fucking flesh.
Damn.
So
Damn.
that might be what she's getting.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it though.
But in dragon glass form or something, right?
yeah. So yeah, that was cool to like see them making dragon glass weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, it was a good to see them like preparing to probably get slaughtered, but
Yeah, oh, there's gonna be so much blood,
oh yeah.
and so many new White Walkers. You know what I mean?
I think there's gonna be some surprises with like new allies that are gonna help them. So
yeah.
and some people that are like kind of fucking them over. It's gonna be interesting to see how they resolve, Jon Snow basically being a king.
Yep.
Because he's the rightful heir, right? Not Daenerys. So that'll be interesting.
Oh yeah.
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 And we like them both.
Because
you
I
know?
don't think she's gonna want to bend the knee. I don't,
Yeah.
No.
And John actually makes comment about that. He said over and over again in multiple seasons that he doesn't give a fuck about a crown.
Yep.
He doesn't want the crown. He just wants to basically live his life and be cool.
Yeah, I think he might. I mean, he already gave away the crown anyway, right? Because he was the king of the north. He let it go to bend the knee. But I think he might just let all of it go just to keep the peace, and because, the queen already has her own shit going on. She has her own army. It's very effective. There's no need to make waves at this point. It's like, why are you gonna piss somebody off when you have a strategy? It's not to be king. You know what I mean?
The entire political map is going to change.
Yeah.
The White Walkers are a fucking game changer ass plague. You
Oh,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like the Winterfell and the King's Landing and all these other lands that we've known for 7-8 years now, they're going to fucking be run over.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? One way or another, it's going to be affected.
The real question is, who of our favorites are going to not make it?
Quite a few, but we'll see. Well, I'm on board for more. But it's coming up. You know what I mean? I'm just glad it's fucking back here. We've waited too goddamn long.
All right. Done with that?
Yeah.
All right, so since we were talking about Endgame earlier, I want to give my overall thoughts on the Thanos Titan Consume book.
Oh.
And then it also goes into hashtag Ask Be the BTI.
Okay.
So I'll kind of answer both I'll do the review and then do the Be the BTI question. So the book, it's called The Infinity something, Thanos Titan Consumed. It's on Audible.
Oh, it's not a comic. Okay.
No, it's not a comic. It's a straight book, but
Okay.
it's on Audible as well. It's a really good book, and I think that even though they obviously retconned Thanos, they left room in there to sort of not have retconned him as much as we all thought. So because there's a character in the book that is probably Death, but he doesn't look at her as Death as much as he normally does.
Okay.
But it's definitely a driving factor.
Got it.
So, and there's like a lot of stuff in there that kind of puts two and two together in the from like, I don't know. I always had a question of, you know, if Thanos gave the Mind Stone to Loki, how didn't Loki just take over Thanos?
Yeah, so you're
Right.
going back to like Avengers 1 kind of.
Yeah. So, because he had the Mind Stone and he gave it to, he used the Chitauri to give it to, you know, Loki, and why didn't he just take him over? You know, but there's an answer to that question that's in the book. It's pretty cool. It's also like how he formed, you know, the Black Order, which in this one they're called the Children of Titan or something like that. Children of Thanos.
Are they Titans?
No. Remember, it's the Black Order, but in the MCU, they don't call them the Black Order. I don't think they call them like the Children of Thanos or some shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty sure it's what.
yeah, like literally within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, and he, you know, shows how he gets Gamora and Nebula and all that stuff, and that whole dynamic and shit like that, and how he gets his first stone. So that's basically where it ends, is how he gets his first stone.
Which is it the Power Stone or
It's the Mind Stone.
the Mind one?
But it's funny because he doesn't even think that he thinks that all the Infinity Stones are basically bullshit. But he goes from like basically being kind of not a weak bitch, but not really knowing how to fight, and then getting his own, like, he gets enslaved.
Yeah.
He ends up, you know, getting free from bondage. This is after he got exiled from Titan. You know, going through his adolescent years, gaining power, getting his ass kicked, almost dying to Asgardians. So it's a really good book. I know it's just in written form, but it's definitely worth reading or listening to on Audible. It's the guy who does the narration is pretty good. He's really good. So I forget the guy's name though. But he's good, so it's definitely worth listening to. And that leads into the Be the BTI question. Mahai Blur was asking, would I want to see this in a live action on Disney Plus? And to that, I would say no. So I don't think that, but I want to see it, right? But I don't think they're going to do a live action. I want to see them do something like either animated, that'd be probably more appropriate, or something like the CGI cel-shaded type, like we saw with Spider-Verse. In the Spider-Verse, I think that'd be cool. But I don't think they're going to make this into any sort of live-action movie. It costs too much money to do shit like that. But yeah, definitely if they could do it in, you know, either animated or cel-shaded, I would definitely want to see that. And I think it would be a perfect place for like either a miniseries, because it's like a 10-hour-ish book in audio form. I think it'd be a good like miniseries on Disney Plus to get the backstory on Infinity Wars. So
I like it. That's a strong review.
Interesting.
Let's segue into Disney Plus a little bit, because there was all kind of fucking news.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all kind of shit happened this past weekend, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we got a price point, $7 I think a month, right?
Yeah, it's like $69.99 a year.
Something like that. We know it's dropping later this year.
November.
And we know quite a few projects that are already obviously going to be on there, like the Mandalorian, a Loki project, Falcon and Bucky.
It's Winter Soldier and Falcon, or Falcon and Winter Soldier, that's the name.
A Vision and Scarlet Witch, I believe.
It's called WandaVision.
Something like that. And then there were rumors as well, and you know,
apparently there's a slate. They have like a list of what's supposed to be on there. Hold on.
why don't you pull that up? But I've heard rumors of a She-Hulk Hulk series, but nothing's been confirmed by Disney on that. And then Universal still owns the solo rights to the Hulk, so I don't know about that one.
Oh, I mean, with She-Hulk, do they own the rights to She-Hulk as well? Or?
I believe so, but I could be fucking wrong. And they definitely share him for the MCU, but not in any solo movie. So I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, with Cronus's point with his previous review, I kind of think that they would do. I mean, Disney's got fucking money, and they spent $100 million on the Mandalorian, which is supposed to be only 8 episodes apparently. And if they really wanted to, they could and make it Disney Plus only. I mean, I'm looking up right here. Let me see if I can pull up a bunch of these shows, rumored shows, because they look like there's a huge slate.
Yeah, there's a huge slate. But to rewind, one of the main reasons why I don't want to see Thanos Titan consumed on like live action is because there's basically no humans in the entire fucking thing.
That's going to be expensive.
So it's all got to be fucking CGI.
Yep.
So if it's going to make it all CGI, why not make it for cheaper and make it animated or cell shaded? So
improve that animation stuff. I like it.
Yeah, I don't think there was a single human. Yeah, there wasn't a single human in the entire book.
That's interesting. Okay, you got that list, old ninja?
Not quite. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, I've been really candid and honest. I don't like, or I'm not really excited about a Loki one or the Bucky and Falcon one all that much.
The Mandalorian.
The
Mandalorian sounds more interesting. Is there a trailer out yet for that? Because I haven't seen it.
There's just screenshots.
Okay.
And there's like a back of the like, what do you call it? Back of the theater.
Okay.
And I didn't watch that trailer.
I watch it, and it's not a trailer. It's a featurette. So it has like it shows. So what I had the chance to watch, it was like someone in the crowd who almost got busted.
Oh, don't say it because I want to see it.
Well,
like
they don't show they just show interviews with Jon Favreau, George Lucas on the set. The actor, his first name's Pablo, but he's basically.
I'd like to be surprised though when I watch it.
Well, they just show him getting in the
Right.
uniform. I mean, putting in costume. I mean, it's nothing major, but they show the other characters as well. So I was like, oh, and it looks like this will drop with Disney Plus's launch.
That's a launch one?
Possibly. But it looks like it's almost ready to go. And for $7 a month, that's worth it for me.
I'm cautiously optimistic about The Mandalorian. The others, I really don't fucking know.
And we're getting 2 Star Wars series.
What is the other one?
The other one's a pre-Rogue One with the character of Cassian.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
with the same actor playing
Same actor playing him.
Okay, that could be interesting.
So I'm like, we're getting 2 live-action Star Wars. The Mandalorian is the first live-action Star Wars series, not like that movie, the Battle for Endor back in the 80s type shit. We're getting a serialized, like 8-episode or 10-episode series on this.
But you can't forget Captain EO, though.
Oh, wow.
What's wrong with Captain EO?
No, I'm just saying that was live action too, you know.
Yeah, but that was like interactive kind of shit because they had lasers shooting the screen and shit, and it had 3D.
It was dope as fuck.
If they added on Disney Plus, that's an extra $1 for me. I'm just saying.
I mean, listen, the amount of content they're coming out with on day one is pretty impressive for the price. I mean, it's 7,500 episodes and 500 films.
Okay,
That's fucking impressive.
Is that their whole like Pixar and old cartoon catalog?
Yeah, it's like it's the vast majority of it.
Okay. I do like that. I mean, just like when, at least for me, when I talked about the whole DC online one, and I kept asking, hey, can I watch all of the animated ones from their catalog? Because I love the DC animated movies.
Yeah.
And they kept dicking around and saying some of them, part of the time, if this is pretty much all of them, then that's a good sign. That's a really good sign.
It looks like Disney is also working on a bundle package where you can bundle Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus at a discount.
Okay.
So you get all 3 for a low price or for a reasonable price.
Yeah, that's still going to be about almost $20.
I know they're redoing Clone Wars, which is on Netflix now, and
The reruns, right? It's
uh,
not new Clone Wars, right?
there will be new Clone Wars on Disney Plus.
I see.
So the last season, when Cartoon Network cut it, Netflix picked it up, and so it became a Netflix exclusive. So the last season on Netflix, which is slightly shorter, you can only watch on Netflix, but that's all moving to Disney Plus, plus new content.
Oh, there's a couple other ones that I think we missed too. There's a Loki one that's coming out.
Yeah, I think he said that one. Yeah.
Okay. Monsters at Work from Monsters Inc.
Oh, that's right. Prequel.
Clone Wars is coming. Marvel's What If, which is a pretty cool comic.
Oh yeah, the
You know
What
I
If
mean?
series.
That's going to be animated.
Animated. Okay, that'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
Let's see, Marvel's Hero Project, The World According to Jeff Goldblum, I'm just going through. There's a bunch of other stuff too. I'm just going through the stuff that I would be interested in, probably our audience. The making of Frozen 2, even though that.
Wait, hold on. Frozen 2 is going to be in the theaters. There ain't no fucking way that's going to be.
No, it's the making of. It's like Into the Unknown. It's
Oh,
like the
okay,
making of Frozen
gotcha.
2.
All right.
So, Magic of the Animal Kingdom, Marvel 616, let's see, Road Trip. There's a lot of new stuff coming out.
A lot of shit on there.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Phineas and Ferb, the movie's coming out. Holy shit.
Oh, that was a good cartoon.
Stargirl.
What is Stargirl?
Wait, I'm thinking of someone. I'm thinking of the DC Stargirl.
Yeah, I'm on.
Yeah, I was like.
That's gonna mess me up. And then recent releases. Oh shit! So in the beginning of, they're gonna have Captain Marvel, Dumbo, Avengers Endgame, Aladdin, Toy Story 4, The Lion King, Maleficent, Frozen 2, and Star Wars Episode 9 are all gonna be on the service. They're obviously Episode 9 is gonna be in 2019, but the rest of them should be.
I mean 2020.
Yeah.
Well, but it says in the beginning of 2019, but that's.
Yo,
I mean,
I'm confused by something though. For Episode 9 and obviously Frozen 2, we're talking about theatrical releases and then a couple months later dropping on here, right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, because Frozen 2 is this summer, is it not?
Sometime
later on,
I think
yeah.
it's sometime
Later?
this year, towards
So
the
I mean,
fall.
the service is launching November 12th of 2019.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say I don't think Disney is going to fuck around with their theatrical money. I think.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
But
No.
as soon as its theatrical run,
Yeah.
expect it to be on Disney Plus fairly
Agreed.
soon.
Agreed.
I mean, at a price of $7. This is like almost three times less than what I pay for fucking Netflix.
Really?
Almost, because I have an old option. I have the fucking DVD option, which I need to fucking change.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
yeah, you need to switch that up.
Because I still have one of their DVDs. I gotta send it back.
God damn, bruh. Yeah, I thought Netflix was obviously a $4 or $5, maybe even $6 more
What?
for the streaming.
No, Netflix right now is like between like $7 and $9.
$7 and $9
I
for
thought
the
it was-
streaming only.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's-
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
Okay.
No.
I was like
It just went up,
12.
but it's
Yeah,
still
maybe-
not that expensive.
Yeah. Well, in any event, obviously Netflix has a lot of originals. This is going to have some originals. This is going to be some direct fucking competition. We're going to see,
I mean, with that amount of content compared to what we saw with DC Universe.
Oh, this is better than DC Universe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Standard is now it's $11 a month. Now.
Okay, so about $4.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Plans start at $9.
Oh, well then that's literally almost the same price.
Yeah,
Well, $3 more. But then if you was the HD edition.
Oh, but nobody gets the base. Okay, so the $9 one is kind of bullshit. It's you get one screen at a time, and it's only standard resolution. So
Yeah, nobody's
nobody's getting that shit. So most people are probably gonna get the $13 option or the $16 option.
Gotcha.
So the $16 option comes with 4K.
Oh wow.
And
We
four
will
screens.
we will see. I'm glad the price looks affordable. Ain't no doubt about it. I'm interested in some of that Star Wars stuff more than the Marvel stuff right now.
Really?
Yeah, but we'll fucking see. Again, I need to see some trailers to get on board, and I'm just never gonna give a fuck about Hawkeye. That's just not gonna happen.
Oh, that's right.
He's
The
black?
Hawkeye series.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Falcon.
Oh, yeah. Fuck Falcon too.
Yeah.
Oh, god dang. I've been waiting for a lot of people have been waiting for a Star Wars series, but after what I have seen, knowing that they got input from George Lucas, I mean, it's still his baby. Disney still has a relationship with him. I'm on board. Plus, it's got my girl Gina Carano in it.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I'm sold. At $6.99.
Who's playing the lead of the Mandalorian?
He's the guy. He played Prince Oberyn from Game of Thrones.
Oh shit.
And he's on Narcos.
Yeah, he's a
He's
good actor.
he's in a lot of shit. So, and then he plays the Mandalorian, and he, based on the featurette, that dude could not stop grinning on how excited he was to be in this project.
If they knock it out of the park, man, they're gonna get my money.
I'm seeing this. I mean, I like Jon Favreau. He's done pretty good.
Oh, is he directing?
He's directing. He's the series. He's series creator, series producer. I know he's directed at least one episode.
That's Happy, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Happy Hogan. But he also directed the live action Lion King. He gave us the first Iron Man. He's given us a lot of people didn't like Cowboys and Aliens, but people forgot about that and let him do whatever he wanted to do. So
Good
It
shit.
wasn't that bad.
I didn't think it was that bad, but it
I mean,
wasn't.
it had
great.
cowboys and aliens.
That was the one with James Spawn, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it had Olivia Wilde in it. That's why I watched it.
Sexy
She's
ass.
hot, yeah.
We had a big ass fucking trailer. We've been dancing around this fucking bullshit. Episode goddamn 9 has a full-on trailer that got the internet fucking excited.
Crazy.
The
Shit.
end got my dick hard. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Man.
Damn.
Look, man, I've talked a lot of shit over the last year and a half about Star Wars. I really have. I feel like they've lost their fucking way.
You've been flip-flopping. I'm just
Solo fucking hurt my soul. That shit was an abomination.
saying. Whatever.
Last Jedi, besides like the Rey and Kylo scenes, that didn't get my dick hard all that much. Holdo fucking ruined that movie for me. I will go to my grave saying that same thing. And Captain Phasma ain't shit, which we'll come back to Captain Phasma. But this one, we're getting the band back together. Motherfucking Palpatine, the goddamn Senate, coming through, dripping in sauce.
Yeah.
Laughing with the evilness.
When I heard that laugh, I was like, "That's the fucking Emperor."
Mm-hmm.
Boy, oh boy. And here, now let me tell you this. Fuck everybody hating on this. Because there's a few fucking internet bullshit ass people who aren't Star Wars fans hating on Palpatine. I'm like, okay, you don't give a shit about Star Wars if you dislike Palpatine. Come on now.
Well,
Fuck that.
I've seen a lot of hate where like people felt like, oh, now they're fishing at the bottom of the barrel.
That's the bottom. That's the top.
Yeah, man.
They were saying that they were, they had to bring the Emperor back. I'm like, look, we've already seen fucking Force Ghosts. This is from the lore. This is from extra nerdy shit. We've seen Force Ghosts in goddamn Star Wars before. The only one we have not seen is the fucking Emperor. So why does it not make sense that he's back? Other people were like, well, if we're getting Palpatine back, we need to get Mace Windu back. He could very well be in this shit. We don't fucking know.
Listen, there's one thing that the latest Star Wars movies have been missing. Obviously fucking missing. That's a good fucking villain. All right, so y'all want to say all your shit about Kylo Ren, but he might not be a bad guy. All
Yeah,
right?
he might not be. He
Yeah.
might not be all the way there.
And then Snoke died like a bitch.
Yeah, Snoke was
So
trash.
yeah, that was like that was the worst writing ever for like supposed to be a badass villain, and he dies without even really doing anything. You know what I mean? Like
Terrible.
What the fuck? Like that's one of the big problems that I had with like the last movie is having a villain that lets you down by like a lot. Your hero should be defined by their villains, and if you have a fucked up villain, it makes your heroes seem kind of meh.
Yep.
You know. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's one of the reasons why I've been shitting on. I like Brienne of Tarth. I can't stand Captain Phasma because she's an ain't shit ass character. I said it from The Force Awakens. We gave her another chance in The Last Jedi, and she didn't do shit and then fucking died. And then it was confirmed at this Star Wars week or whatever that she truly is gone. So we're not going to see her fucking again. And we had these we had comics about her, we had toys about her, we had all this fucking hype, but there was no fucking plot or substance with her. Not even for Finn.
Yeah, and in the comics, it was even worse. She was just an asshole that was just trying to save her own ass. It's just like
Nothing there. There was no there with this character. That's the thing. And you can't defend seeing her in two big ass fucking $1 billion movies and never doing shit. Like that it didn't fucking work. I know they were trying to go for the Boba Fett effect where Boba didn't do a whole lot either. But it didn't fucking work. It didn't connect. And the actress is fucking awesome. She could have done great things with a better role, with better writing. They never gave it to them.
I think that was what was like the most egregious thing. It was that you had the actress that plays Brienne of Tarth and Captain. I forget her name. What's her name?
Gwendolyn Christie.
There we go. Yeah, she's this huge star on Game of Thrones.
Yep.
We're all thinking she's gonna be badass as Captain Phasma. They're hyping her up, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, she gave away the codes.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. Well, and then in the second one she didn't do anything. Did she even kill anybody?
No.
Like, what the fuck? She was not a badass at all.
I mean,
She got her
fought
fucking
Finn.
wig fucking snatched from, remember, Traitor, TR8R?
Yeah.
That stormtrooper with one goddamn line had a better fucking role in The Force Awakens
Yeah.
than she did. And remember, in the commercials leading up to, before anybody saw The Force Awakens, we saw glimpses of her and we're like, who is this fucking chrome, badass fucking stormtrooper, right? It never materialized.
Yeah, I think if I was Gwendolyn Christie, I'd have looked at that skirt and be like, nah, bro, that ain't me.
Yeah, that was whack on top of fucking whack, and we'd all
But
just need to
hold on.
eat that.
But at the same time, make your money, girl.
Yeah, oh yeah, no.
Make your money.
Oh,
Look,
course, they
man,
paid her.
she made buku money from that. Probably made way more from that than from Game of Thrones. I get it.
So
But still.
I went to kick the hornet's nest because like a lot of people they really dislike Rose. They hated Rose.
and some of that
I still don't get that.
Let's be real. Some of that's some racist ass bullshit.
Some of it
too.
was racist. So what I did is I there's this huge Star Wars group. It's 800,000 plus members. A lot of
On
them.
Facebook or something?
Yeah, it's on Facebook. I'm not going to put it out there because there's just a lot of hate in the group. A lot of people bitching and moaning. So what I did is I told them Rose Tycho did more than in one movie than Captain Phasma did in two.
Facts.
And
Facts.
They was like, I mean, because they can't argue that.
Yeah.
People talk more about Rose than they do about Captain Phasma.
This is true. And Phasma was just all trash for 2 fucking movies. We just had to eat that. I didn't mind Rose all that much. The casino scenes were they were just whack.
The casino scenes were pointless to me
Yeah.
and unnecessary. But, I mean, I like Rose because I think what she was supposed to represent was the resistance as a whole. She was supposed to represent the heart of the resistance. Yeah. And to remind us as the audience, as well as Finn, what they're fighting for. And a lot of people were like, well, she's trash, and she was pointless and useless and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, she did more than Phasma.
Yeah, I like Rose, too. I mean, I think that she was just a casualty of people hating on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's other characters in there that we just mentioned, including that one Purple Hill.
Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, she's the one that probably was the worst. Where that's where it was just like, it was obvious the person that wrote the movie was trying to push an agenda of this, quote unquote toxic masculinity and having some chick trying to just beat him down, but she was ineffective in her leadership. So
Shit.
yeah, it's pretty.
And we
pretty dumb.
liked Poe because he was the best pilot in The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And in Star Wars lore, in all of these movies, the best pilot is always interesting. He's always kind of a lead or someone that you need to watch and see how they grow and develop. And in The Last Jedi, she was just like, fuck the fact that you're a great pilot.
Yeah.
You ain't shit.
And basically, yeah, because she's like, you got demoted, you can't talk to me.
And it's like, what did she do before that? Like, she wasn't even like a higher up. She was just like some fucking nobody.
Yeah, that hurt my fucking soul, man. But going back to the trailer for Episode 9, we do have Rey hugging General Leia, which is fucking awesome and whatnot. And fucking, if that don't tug at your heartstrings, you're fucking dead.
Got Lando.
Driving the Millennium
Millennium Falcon.
Millennium Falcon.
Hold on, pause that real quick. He does that, and people were saying how he'll get the Millennium Falcon back when he's dead. But y'all forget that in Return of the Jedi, he's flying the fucking Millennium Falcon.
This is true. Facts.
Fuck outta here.
Nerd credentials.
He gets it back for a little bit. I mean, he gives it back. But.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's good to see Billy D because I wondered about him. Everybody else was in The Force Awakens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all were like, where's Billy D?
Yeah, pretty much.
Still alive. Come on now.
I think the whole Canto Bight should have been rewritten with Billy D in it. He should have been. Yeah, he should have been like involved in that whole scenario, but he was gone. I'm like, huh?
And most importantly, you got Rey getting her lightsaber out, doing some fucking Force flash dancing and bullshit in the desert, jumping on Big Daddy's ride, and rolling out.
Yeah, rolling out.
And we suspect that is Kylo.
Yes, because a lot of people assume there's Kylo, but I'm like, why is part of his cockpit red?
Don't know.
Because it wasn't. I don't think it was like that in The Last Jedi. So everyone's assuming that it's Kylo. It may not be.
We'll see. We also get a great push, like body slam, basically.
Oh yeah, by Supreme Leader Kylo Ren.
Yeah, with no helmet on or anything. He's got his red lightsaber all out, and he does this great badass body slam. And I was like, okay.
And then we see someone reconstructing his busted ass helmet.
Yes, maybe Chewie is my best guess.
Maybe
Chewie do that.
No, why would Chewie do that?
I don't know.
No. I would be
with the hands furry. I mean,
yeah, no, it's a glove. Yeah, it's their black
so
glove.
It can't be Chewie. Yeah.
So it could be Kylo, could be someone else, could be the reincarnated Emperor or whatnot.
We don't fucking know.
Don't know. We see what looks like a interesting desert like chase, like a pirate chase or something with Poe and C-3PO up in there and some other characters. I've seen a picture of a new character that is not in the trailer from the Star Wars Celebration, so we'll see. I did not see Carrie Russell because she's in the film. But
I didn't know that.
Who does she play?
Don't know.
Don't know yet? Okay.
Don't know. Also, like, I think one of the Doctor Who's is in this film or something. There's a couple.
It's been like 50, 11,000 Doctor Who's.
Yeah, I don't know which one, but there's a couple people that are in the film that I guess have already like fan base, but they did not appear in the trailer.
I know is they Palpatine, the actor, McDermott.
Oh, Ian McDermott.
Yeah, got on stage up there at Star Wars Fest and said, "I'm fucking back, bitch."
Yeah, I'm back. fucking whole fist to the elbow up in that.
And if you go back, like, remember when you first saw Return of the Jedi, and he was like actually not as a hologram on screen doing his shit.
Yeah.
Those are some badass scenes for 1983.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were sick.
You know, and then even the prequels, that was one of my favorite parts. Him yelling, "I am the Senate."
You know what's kind of fucked up?
What's
thought
up?
About, so the Emperor kind of died like a bitch too.
Sure did.
But the Emperor did some shit. Like, the Emperor talked hella shit to Luke because he was tempting him.
He talked shit to, what's his name, too?
And then he almost fucked Luke up with his fucking lightning shit.
Yeah, he kind of did the same thing with Kylo Ren.
He fucking hit Kylo with one burst.
He made him bend the knee.
He did. But he didn't keep, like, he kept shocking the shit out of Luke. Like, he kept going, like, Luke is screaming, "Daddy, come help me."
Yeah, but then he died like a bitch.
Yeah.
He got thrown.
He got thrown.
Yeah, just thrown down a well. I was just like, that's how you gonna die? You can't float?
Yeah. You know what? He should have been able to Sith force float, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh, just
but
fuck then.
we got his laugh in episode 9.
Yeah. So
You know what I
I'm
mean?
looking
So
forward
they're
to
going to
coming
explain some shit.
back. And if he comes back, I don't know who the fuck's gonna beat him.
No.
I mean, it better not be fucking Rey or Kylo Ren, because they ain't powerful enough.
Yeah, I would think not.
I mean, they're not on Yoda fucking Skywalker level. I'm just
I
saying.
think not. But
I
man,
mean, not even Skywalker beat him. It took
took
Anakin.
Vader.
Yeah, it took Vader doing that shit. His real last act.
And he died. Yeah.
Did y'all see? I mean, there were rumors early on in the
Maybe.
year that Hayden Christensen was back filming scenes.
Damn, I forgot about that motherfucker.
There was all kind of fucking rumors.
He could not do that because he's a terrible actor.
Yeah, he is
Oh,
shit.
damn.
He is shit, man. And it's hard to watch those because obviously Natalie Portman is Natalie Portman, and you got Ewan McGregor and Sam Jackson and Liam Neeson. You got some great actors in those prequels, even though the stories are fucking trash. You know what I mean? But then, like, everything he says, it crawls to a halt. Oh, the other thing though, this was kind of touching to see on the Star Wars note. Everybody hated on Jar Jar. Jar Jar was fucking trash, but the actor that played him had a really hard time with the rejection and the internet. Some internet hate, and some face-to-face hate, just hatred that he got.
That's almost like a parallel to like Rose Trico, right?
Yes.
Like, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's a black actor. He might be British. I'm not sure. But in any event, he was at the Star Wars Fest and got a standing ovation. What's the name of that actor?
Ahmed Best.
Yeah. Shout out to him. He didn't write the fucking movie. He didn't make the fucking character.
He did,
You know?
but I mean, he's in all 3 films, and a lot of people. I mean, he's briefly in Episode 3, but he got a lot of unnecessary hate.
Yeah, and I'll say this: even though on this show you're gonna hear us from time to time hating on different like fictional characters, which is totally fine. Usually on this show, we don't hate on the actual actor playing that role. Usually.
There's a few.
Yeah.
But it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Because they're probably shitty people.
Exactly. When
Like,
you do some stuff.
Like, what's that chick's name? The chick that I can't.
Oh, from Girls or whatever?
Yeah.
Lena.
Yeah, Lena Dunham. She's such a shitty person.
Yep. But usually we stick to, hey, and even Holdo. I can't stand that purple hair cunt. But I don't hate on Laura Dern. You know what I mean? She's a fine fucking actress.
She married to some black dude, right?
Yeah.
He's younger, right?
Baron Davis.
He's younger than her, but
Yeah.
he ain't young.
Yeah. Well, he's literally about our age.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You know?
Like half her age.
Yep. Getting that young dick. BBC. So, I mean, shout out to her. But, yeah, this shit had me fucking hyped. I was literally on the fence with Star Wars because of these last 2. I'm back on fucking board. And then we got more Star Wars news. Right, Old Ninja?
Ooh, we finally got a trailer for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, a game by Respawn, which is like one of my new favorite development houses.
New favorite? What are you talking about?
Well, my favorite was BioWare for a while.
Well,
BioWare
Respawn's
fell out.
been around for a minute, though.
Not really. They've only had like 3 games. They've only
had
had
the
Titanfall.
See, you know what? The thing is getting me. I always confuse them with Infinity War because it's the same
Oh,
team.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the same
no.
team. And when you play the games, they play very
They
similar.
play similar,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, the team is relatively new. I mean, they've only published 3 games. So, I mean, this will be the next one. I know that there was some comments made by Amy Hennig. Now, Amy Hennig used to be with Naughty Dog. Yeah. She left to go with Visceral. Visceral was working on a Star Wars game that got scrapped, so she left. And apparently she was saying this is totally different than the agenda they were talking about, but she's excited to see what happens. So it didn't seem as bitter, but some people were like, well, It looks like there might have been some weirdness going on right there, but there's a trailer so far. There's no gameplay, but it just gives you a little bit insight of the story. It looks like the actor from Shameless and Gotham, Cameron, I forget his last name, but it looks like he's the main character. And,
Single player, though.
Single player, no multiplayer.
No microtransactions.
No
none of that
microtransactions.
bullshit.
I don't know about DLC, maybe, but single player experience, Star Wars game, could be interesting.
Fingers fucking crossed.
I mean, it might be all right, or it could be one of these right here.
he's holding up Anthem.
Could be
ladies and
Anthem.
gentlemen.
I'm just saying, but single player. Yeah, I'm holding out my my hope for this game because EA is they're on my shit list right now. Because Anthem, they promised me a lot and they gave me a pile of dog shit. So we will see when I see gameplay, and I want to see like how the load screens are, how the game plays, how it flows, shit like that. If they give me another fucking bullshit like Anthem, like I'm just not gonna get on board with that shit. I'll probably play it, but yeah.
They can do better. They know they can.
I mean, just take the fucking time. That's the main thing. Is just take your fucking time, make the game, stop pushing unrealistic timelines on these games. They take time to make. And listen, nobody put a timeline on God of War.
Nope.
That took what, like
5 years?
Yeah, 5 years to make, and it paid off. I don't think you need to rush a game, especially when nobody's expecting it. Like I think that a lot of these game creators, they put these timetables on these people that are actually making the game for no fucking reason. Like, if I don't know the game's coming out, I don't have an expectation for it. But once you put out that fucking trailer, I'm like, all right, I want to play the game like now. And then you rush the timeline, and the game gets fucked up.
Can I piggyback on that really quickly? I don't know if that happens more often than the bean counters at the actual company themselves put pressure on the creators to come out with certain things in on a quarterly basis or the end of their fiscal year. I don't know exactly what happens behind the scenes.
It's probably a combination of both, but I mean, obviously some companies, they put a higher value on quantity over quantity.
Oh, sure.
Right? Like when we look at EA and sometimes Ubisoft, I think Ubisoft broke the mold, right? Because they're putting out some shitty games every other year, right? With Assassin's Creed. Yep. And so they finally decided to take a year off with Assassin's Creed, and now we saw, for most people, Assassin's Creed, not Origins, but what was the last one? Odyssey. And Origins, that was the first one they did, like the year off thing, and it was an excellent game. Odyssey was fucked up for me, but obviously in the vast majority, I've talked about it many times in the podcast. But I think other game creators could take the same thing and just look, if it's not done, then it's not done. Yeah. So I think they're damaging their own brand as a whole, and what they're doing is it makes me question all their other games that are coming up, like this new Star Wars game. Because of Anthem's fuck up, I'm hesitant to believe what I'm seeing on the screen with Star Wars, because it showed me no gameplay. You showed me no game video. You show me basically, you just show me a long cutscene. That doesn't show me shit. Doesn't make me excited at all, especially given what just happened with Anthem. So
let's say this too with when it comes to Star Wars. We all like Star Wars games in general when they're great. Battlefront 2 and 1 disappointed a lot of people. I know Old Ninja always tries to defend them and whatnot, but Battlefront 2 and 1 didn't set the world on fire. Neither one of them, in terms of reviews and sales and love for the fucking genre.
Well,
even you wouldn't say that they're some of the best Star Wars games.
No, but the second one is vastly superior than the first one, and it didn't have terrible reviews. It just had decent reviews.
All right, but you can do better. We want your fucking best when it comes to Star Wars. It's a marquee fucking franchise. Act like it, just like how with Spider-Man. You know what I mean? An IP that we've all known and whatnot. Not Sucker Punch. Insomniac put some fucking love into that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was great. I mean, there's some publishers, even though I think EA bought Blizzard right back in the day.
That sounds right.
Was it EA Blizzard? I'm pretty sure it was, but
yeah,
Blizzard has yet to put out a shitty game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
it doesn't happen because they
take their time.
They take their time.
They do.
Because and they know that whatever content they put out, it's going to make a shitload of money.
Yeah, I mean, shit. People are still loving Overwatch, 3-4 years later. You know what I mean?
People are still loving StarCraft. That's just
Yeah.
old as fuck.
Yeah. Diablo, all them motherfucking games. So, yeah, here we go. We also got some brand new fucking news, some specs about the PS5, which you all kind of, the internet has been speculating on this for a long time. The buzz has been real.
We got some specs.
Yeah,
right?
some specs.
Yeah, some.
They talked about the fact that it will have a disc player, that it will be backwards compatible as well. And then what was some of the nerd spec stuff too for like the 8K shit?
Yeah, it's gonna be 8K, which I don't think is gonna catch on anytime soon, because it's just. I'll give you a brief overview of how TVs work. So when you have 4K, right, the biggest you can go on the screen, I think, is like 85 inches.
Okay.
That's like when you're not stretching the pixels, right? Anything less than that, you're kind of making it a little bit smaller. Anything larger than that, you're stretching them a little bit. 8K though, that's the screen for that is going to be probably around 105 inches.
Wow.
Probably more than that. It's probably like 115, 120 inches.
God damn.
And I don't think that most people have the real estate to really tolerate that kind of TV.
That's
in
a
their
whole
home.
wall.
Yeah, that's big as fuck. And I think that it's going to get to a point to where it's too realistic. So I don't think 8K. I think 4K is probably where we're going to stop for a while. There's no 8K TVs that are out that are reasonably priced right now. It's even worse than when Plasmas came out or 4K came out. It's like they're like $15,000 starting price.
Dang.
So, and they're all extremely large because of what I said.
Yeah.
So the 8K thing is just okay. That shit doesn't really fucking matter. It's gonna have an SSD drive, which you say is special because it'll load faster. But guess what? All SSDs are fucking special. They load fast. So actually, it's not even special at this point. They're reasonably priced now. It's a normal thing. I expect every single console going forward to have a solid state drive of some sort. It's gonna be you're gonna be able to play PS4 games on it.
Yeah, backwards compatible.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Some of their shit was kind of vague. Like I don't know where they're going with VR at all.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But I would expect them to up their VR, to make a new one.
They didn't talk about the controller at all.
Yeah,
you don't see any
that's
of
all I
that.
was saying. It was kind of vague. Like
Yeah.
what they're talking. But that's fine.
Well, they also confirmed what we already suspected and whatnot. It's not coming out 2019, so it's not coming out for Christmas or whatever.
But they did say though that every single new exclusive Sony game is being developed on the PS5.
Excellent. Yep. So we'll probably get this fall, Christmas time 2020 is my best guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is a nice round number.
Probably 2021.
Ooh, you think 2 years, huh?
Yeah, I mean, normally when you have, because they haven't announced it yet.
That's true.
Really?
Not officially.
Like, they haven't rolled out the way the console looks or anything. But typically when you see the console, announced, it comes out a year and a half later.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect it to be probably announced sometime next year, early next year. Maybe mid next year. Maybe like E3 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Even though they canceled E3 this year, so maybe not.
Yeah, it won't be this year for E3 for Sony, but they also could do a PlayStation experience.
Yeah.
Or kind of like what Nintendo does with their directs, something of that sort where Sony just says, "Here's our fucking new shit." You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think I heard it's gonna be like $400 or $500, right?
Yeah. So was that confirmed, or was that rumor mill?
What I read it was confirmed, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Hold on.
500 isn't terrible. It's better than PS3.
Yeah, it'll cost $500 at launch.
Okay.
That's what people are saying everywhere, which is fine with me.
Yeah.
I mean, there's inflation. I have money,
Yep.
so I'm gonna buy it anyway.
I'm gonna tell you something that people aren't gonna like, but they need to fucking get ready for it. The games are not going to be $60. Those are going to go up too.
You think so?
Yep. You look for games being probably somewhere in the
80s.
$79, $99, $80 range. We've been at that $60 price point since 360.
Well, actually, you know what's funny is that the $60 price point actually was in the Super Nintendo days, and they went down, and they came back up a little bit.
Yeah, there were crazy expensive cartridges back in those days.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
But I also think that they need to adjust prices, right? So I have no problem paying $70 for a game, even $80 for a game. I played special editions for more than $100.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the problem is that when you have a $60 game where I get only 8 hours worth of gameplay in it,
Oh yeah,
that's fucking bullshit.
it'll piss everybody off.
But that's what happens today.
Sure.
The Order 1866 or
Yeah.
1886. That game was $60, 8 hours of gameplay.
And yeah, completely whack. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, there's no defending that. I will say this though, there are some times where they'll have games that are at different price points. Like they had a Ratchet and Clank, it was $40.
Yeah.
They had the DLC, but it was on its own disc for Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
That was $40 as well. I want to see some mid-range pricing as well.
Resident Evil 2 was $40. That was a $40 game.
No, it wasn't. Not at
Yeah,
launch.
yeah, it was.
The remake? No,
Yeah,
it
the
wasn't.
remake was not $60.
You gotta look that up.
Oh,
No.
wait. Yes, it was. I'm thinking of Revelations.
Yeah,
Revelations
you on that
is a
bullshit.
$30
Man.
game.
Yeah.
But still.
Capcom want that money.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, exciting fucking news. I'm glad it's confirmed. I think, like I said, I think we're getting it in 2020 and maybe 2021, like Chrono said. They don't have an official launch date, but the buzz is fucking here and it's real.
Oh, another thing about the 8K TV. So the only thing that makes a 4K TV worth the price is if you get HDR10.
What is HDR10 for those who don't know?
It's high dynamic range, and the 10 is, I think it's just like the generation or whatever, but basically it makes all the colors pop like way more than a 1080p screen. So if you buy a 4K TV, you can have HDR10. You just bought some bullshit. Like you put it side to side with the same size screen. Like you have two 55-inch screens with, you know, a 4K TV that doesn't have HDR10 and then a 1080p screen. They're gonna look pretty much fucking same.
Is HDR10 difficult to obtain or crazy expensive on its own?
No, I mean my the Vizio that I got has HDR10. That's one of the reasons why I got it. Cause I'm not gonna buy a fucking 4K TV that doesn't have HDR10 on it or HDR at all. Like just it's bullshit if you don't have it in there. And I haven't heard anything about the 8K TVs having anything similar to like an HDR10 quality improvement technology with it.
Gotcha.
I just heard about the increased pixel count, so I haven't dug too much into 8K yet, but I just heard that it's just a more amount of pixels in there, so you can get a bigger screen.
Good shit.
But for the vast majority of people, unless you're fucking balling, you're probably not gonna fucking buy an 8K TV for the next 10 fucking years.
Yeah. Sticking with PlayStation for just one more second, I am glad they finally are letting people change their fucking names.
Damn, y'all late.
Yeah, it's late as fuck.
It's good and bad though.
Oh, tell the bad.
Yeah, so be very wary of before you change your name on the PS4 or PSN. So if you have a GTA 5, probably don't change your name. If you play it all the time, don't change your name. There's a few other games too. There's a list. If you Google, you know, PSN name change problems, there's a list of games that have known problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't Sony post a list? Did they not?
That's what I just said on Ninja.
Well, no, but on their official site.
Yeah, if you Google,
Okay.
It'll
what I
probably
just
take you
said,
to
I missed that part,
take you
my
to
bad.
it. Yeah, but yeah, there's definitely known problems with it. But I mean, it's cool that you can do it now. You know.
Yeah, we've wanted this for fucking years. There were plenty of people who actually created new accounts because they were dumbass, 9 or 10-year-olds doing a 420 sex bot,
I want to go the other way.
69.
I want to go fucking Dr. Dickum down 69.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know.
Some of those names were fucking hilarious and fun. And then back in the Wild Wild West early days, they didn't really like catch them and ban them or give a warning or whatever. Now they're kind of.
But now they're editing them like on the fly. Like if you put in a fucked up name, they're like, nope.
Yep. So be cautious, y'all. But it's good to have. It's gamer friendly because gamers have fucking demanded this from Sony, and their excuses were falling fucking thin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's kind of weird because it's like y'all about to get a whole new system, and now you can change your name. It's like y'all too little too late.
Get the fuck out of here. You know it's a little too late. Xbox exclusives. Get the fuck out of here.
Whatever.
How's
How's
Crackdown? How's Crackdown?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
yeah.
play the
I
game.
play it.
I don't play it, but it's still an exclusive. I mean, every time there is an exclusive, you're just dismissive about it.
Because they're garbage. They don't sell.
No, they're not. Gears of War sells. Halo sells.
When was the last Gears of War?
It's like 3 years ago.
That's a long fucking time,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, well, the new one's this year. There's new
You
ones.
had wait. You on these airwaves. This podcast. You saying multiple times. Oh, I'm hyped for Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3.
I never said that. Rewind the
Rewind
tape.
that tape.
Where them receipts at?
Chronos, you remember him saying
They
that?
brought it up all the time.
No,
Yeah.
I just said that it had a fucking. I even said that I've
Look
never
at it.
even played the other fucking Crackdown.
Rewind the tape.
Rewind
get,
the tape.
Get
I never
inclination.
said- I
He
never
always
said-
rewinds the tape.
He sure
on
do.
me.
You just mad because he rewound that tape on your ass.
Yeah. Fuck
No,
it,
I just said that it was an exclusive and that it was coming. I never said I was fucking excited about it. I am excited about Gears 5.
So same thing with Gears 5. It's an exclusive and it's coming.
Yes, and I'm excited about that because I own every single Gears except for one.
All right, we'll
So
see.
I'm glad you can play one game. On your, Xbox.
Halo Infinite is
It got
this year as
announced.
well.
When's it coming out?
It's coming out. They said this year.
Where's the trailer?
I don't know.
There's not even a fucking trailer for this fucking game. yet.
E3 hasn't
It's
dropped.
gonna come out-
So.
It's gonna come out for the Xbox 2.
Ah,
That's
God
shit.
damn.
But
man.
speaking of Halo, though, I did see we have a new Master fucking Chief, right?
Yes, we do.
This is the dude from
Orange
yeah, exactly, from Orange is the New Black.
Oh, is that
And-
who that is?
Yeah, and American Gods.
Yeah, exactly.
Leprechaun.
Yeah, man. So he seems pretty bad. He's yoked. He's been working out like real hard and whatnot. He's a tall dude. I think he can fucking do this role. I'm kind of happy about this. What do you think, Old Ninja?
It's kind of weird because you never see Master Chief's face ever.
Well,
so it should be interesting. I mean, if they're gonna have him running around in big ass suit, he's gonna need to be in shape so he can.
He's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't know exactly his work, so I'm looking forward. I mean, this will be
You
on
don't watch American
Stars.
Gods?
No, not yet. I keep hearing from Quan about this show, but
fucking
I
great
plan,
show.
Yeah, I plan on catching up soon. I plan on binge watching it because apparently there's not that many episodes, I guess, or some
Yeah,
shit.
it's like 8 the first season or something. Like
I
that?
think
10.
it's more than that. I think it's like 12.
Yeah, so I can probably blow through that, but I want to catch up so I can be on board because apparently this show's like out of this world. And then, but yeah, Master Chief, it's gonna be interesting because are they gonna just show him in his helmet the entire time?
No, you know that's fucking not gonna happen.
Yeah,
man.
so it's gonna be weird. So
it's gonna be a little bit of both.
yeah, but I mean, this will be hopefully it'll be dank because this will be a Stars original series.
Yes.
So they'll be able to go.
Why would Halo be dank?
Well, there could be like a lot of purple blood and shit everywhere. Because if it's not, they may not be as gory or whatnot or as violent. So, being on Stars, we get to see a lot of violence. Like we should see like on the Aliens level of like violence, and maybe a bit of swearing.
A bit of
What the fuck are you talking about? I played like pretty much all the Halos. It's not that much fucking gore. What the fuck are you talking about?
Man, when you blow up fucking, there's like when you kill a hunter, there's fucking orange shit everywhere.
There ain't body parts flying and shit like that.
No,
what the
not
fuck are
body
you
parts,
talking
but there
about?
should be like, you know, when movies get R-rated, it's usually because of blood and violence.
I don't think Halo rates an R rating. I really don't. It's PG-13 at best.
You think so? But weren't all the games M for mature?
Yeah.
No,
No.
Wait, what?
I don't think so.
Am I
There
tripping?
was no cursing. There was
I'm
no
pretty
egregious
sure they're not.
violence.
I'm pretty sure they are not T for teen.
They're not. They're not M.
Look up them Halo games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look up like Halo 4, because I would think that they were mature games. But if I'm wrong on that, school me. Let me know.
Because I wouldn't be surprised the amount of like. Because I mean, you're shooting.
But you're right. I never got the sense of gore.
No, there's no gore in those fucking games.
Well, think of it this way: is Call of Duty?
oh shit, the first one was M.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, Call of Duty doesn't have that much fucking blood, and it's
There
M
was-
for mature.
There was no gore in that game though.
It's not bloody.
Yeah,
Just
but
people got shot and there was hardly any blood.
Like I said, Call
Oh,
of
the
Duty.
first one was, and the other ones after that.
Oh, some teams.
There we go.
There's
T for
some
teen.
teams for 3.
T for teen, E for everybody.
What the fuck is E for every?
Yeah.
Really?
Which
Halo
game-
5 Guardians, T for teen.
Oh, so it's a mix.
The Master Chief Collection, because it had Halo 1 in it for some odd reason, was M. But after that, it keeps going T. Halo 4 was M, but there was no gore in that shit.
But it's a mixed series. It's
Yeah,
not
mixed
all
series.
like it's
Yeah.
not all M. It's not all T. Okay. No, it's a good lookup. Fact check it on the fly, man.
That is so weird for blood and gore, but there's no gore.
Yeah. Yeah. I never got the sense of gore either. And
No,
I've only played like.
People got shot, blood splattered, but it didn't even land anywhere.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
talking about. I
Disappeared.
mean,
and it's
'cause
usually alien.
it's
blood.
alien blood. Yeah, so it's like you're not killing. I mean, like Call of Duty is not rated T for teen, as far as I know, but there's not a whole lot of blood in that shit either.
It's torture though.
Yeah, I would say they're actually in some of the later Call of Duty. There's some really like gruesome scenes. Like
Yes.
even in Modern Warfare 2, you're going into that
Yeah,
fucking
the
airport.
scene, but there's not a whole lot of fucking blood.
I think there is, but all right. Well, I'll have to go back and rewind the tape.
Well, you're also killing people that did nothing, so that's probably why it's
Yeah.
mature, right?
Yeah, innocent people.
You don't do anything like that in Halo.
No Russian. That's what they fucking said.
That's all bad.
I heard they're taking it out of the new one.
Yeah,
Heard
man, that
that.
was
Like,
fucking
that's fucked
bullshit.
up.
Well, okay, it's still not confirmed, but a lot of like serious rumors are going that they're taking out that was one of the best missions.
Yeah, leave that shit in. That shit was great.
And you could skip it in that game.
Make it optional.
But at the same time, it was a really important for that story, and that story was really good.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully, I can't wait for that remastered one.
I just like the machine gun that I was shooting. I was like, damn, this shit is great.
Oh man, that was a great game. Fucking great game. Kronos, I want to switch a little bit to anime. You mentioned Demon Slayer last week. I think last week, right?
Yeah.
I finally got a chance to at least watch the pilot. This is solid ass fucking anime, man.
It's a good start.
Yeah, it's all in the snow. At least on episode 1, we got a main character who is actually reminds me of Wolverine in some ways, with his mutant sense of smell, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and his sister and family get slaughtered. His sister is demonic.
She turns into a demon.
Yep, and she there's other characters that appear that are badass ninjas, basically.
Yeah, there's one guy who's basically Sasuke.
Yeah, exactly.
From Naruto that comes and tries to slay his sister, and he doesn't slay her, and he ends up like the demon possessed sister ends up being docile.
Yep.
And so
something about the sun. When the sun's out, she's.
Oh no! The sun comes out, she's gonna fucking die.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe
so
that was
she cannot go into the sun.
Yeah.
Like in the second episode, you'll see why, but it's all bad. Demons in the sun, no good.
Great start.
Yeah.
Great fucking start.
It's a good start to the series because it's kind of like an Antarctic Showdown sort of.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, this chick is basically like a fucking zombie. She's overpowering this dude, like her brother, is gonna basically eat his ass. And then this ninja type dude comes out and starts kicking her ass.
Yep.
And then he tries to save her because he's like, oh no, she's still good. And then he gets knocked out, and then she protects him from getting killed. So
I love the fact that the sister, she's probably like 100 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
And then when she's in the demonic form and like struggling, she gets way bigger and stronger. And like she's probably, I don't know, 190 pounds, 200 pounds.
Yeah, she
fucking werewolf size, man. It's a great fucking premise, great start. You're gonna be hooked right off the bat. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, the second episode is basically where he meets the person who's supposed to train him.
Yeah.
And like going through that stuff and like him journeying with his sister and like how they can traverse during the daytime and stuff like that. It's pretty good so far. It could be like one of the winners in 2019, but we'll see. It's got a, like I said, early good start. And if you watch the opening credits, there's a bunch of other characters that are in there that I'm interested in seeing. Like there's a guy that wears the wolf head.
Yeah,
it's like these two fucking swords and shit. And another guy with like orange hair. They get in fights all the time. So I'm definitely interested in seeing like the rest of the cast of characters.
Absolutely, man. I'm on board. Did everybody get a chance to see One Punch Man?
No. I did not.
Okay, we'll save that one.
It's on Hulu, right?
It is on Hulu. I'm not spoiling anything, but the art style has changed a little bit. It's not.
But didn't we?
It's not a drop off.
Did we not?
That's that bad. But
we knew it was changing. Did we not?
Yeah, we did know. But it's still good.
It's not Terraform Mars, right? Like
no, I'm not saying like that.
Garbage.
I'm not saying anything like that. But it's pretty solid. We'll talk about it maybe next week. Are y'all getting Days Gone?
Yeah, I'm gonna pre-order it probably sometime in the next week.
Okay, so you're hyped for this one.
It looked pretty good. I mean, it's a zombie shooter type game. And it's got good, pre-reviews. So
okay, I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I think this studio did one of the Uncharted's, the one on the Vita, and that was their last fucking game.
That one was decent.
Yeah.
Golden Compass. I think
yeah, something like that.
Golden something.
Abyss.
Golden Abyss.
Yeah.
Be it. Yeah.
Sure. So it's been a while for this fucking studio. But a new IP, I like the fucking zombie-like creatures. I know they want us to call them.
Oh, they don't even call them infected. They call them
clickers,
runners. They call them. I think they call them runners or something.
But basically they're zombies.
I don't know why we're coming up with unique names for zombies.
Yeah,
it's not a copyrighted term.
No,
we just call them zombies.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like if I want to play a zombie game, I may just wait for fucking Dying Light 2. I mean, but then there's also, I saw what's also dropping is World War Z, the game, where it's like,
didn't it?
I don't know if it already dropped. I just saw it
sure
like coming soon, but it looks like it has multiplayer though. But it looks like it has like the same weird like algorithm to have running zombies at you, where they look like they're fluid fucking water or some shit.
I mean, obviously we'll see what Days Gone.
World War Z launch suffers from connectivity problems and server problems.
Ooh, not good, not good. It
Yeah,
looks like
it launched yesterday.
Oh, okay.
It looks like for Days Gone, there's going to be a whole lot of environmental damage you can do. I'm definitely getting that sense from the trailers and all the stuff, like blowing up a fucking red barrel, and then obviously logs are going to come down and have an avalanche on a horde of zombies or whatever, and you laying traps. You should be kind of a one-man army, and then doing stuff on your motorcycle in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting and has all the elements. I believe it's open world, truly single player. We'll fucking see. I'm hoping.
We'll see. But
You know what else looks good? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Dying Light. That first
Well,
game
we don't have a fucking launch date for that one.
for Dying Light 2.
Yeah.
No, not quite. But
Could
I
be
mean,
next year.
But man,
I love
that
Dying
first
Light.
one was fucking so good though.
I loved it.
I'll tell you what looks good right now, though. That has a launch date.
What?
Is Rage 2.
Ooh,
Really?
I know
Okay.
a lot of y'all said that Rage, the first Rage you didn't like. I didn't mind the game. I thought it was pretty decent. The color palette was kind of meh, but Rage 2 looks fucking dope like heroin.
Okay.
I'm just saying, go and watch the gameplay videos. It looks fun as shit. The weapons look all kinds of fun because it's by the id team and then a bunch of team members from Just Cause.
Okay.
And so they have like a bunch of crazy weapons and shit like that. Like one is it's a submachine gun that shoots gravity darts.
Yeah.
And so you shoot gravity darts at an enemy, and then you shoot them anywhere else, and it just like sucks them into each other.
Why did I associate Rage with Bethesda? Am I tripping?
Yeah, because it's part of Bethesda.
Okay, that's right. All
Yeah.
right.
But this game looks a lot more fun. The color palette is way more diverse.
Good.
It's not just grays and browns and shit like that.
Vehicles.
Yeah, there's a lot of vehicles in it, a lot of different looking vehicles. It's way more open world. They even said the first one they built an open world game, not an open world engine.
Okay.
But in this one they built an engine that's open world, so it works way better. It just looked like a lot of fun. Basically, you have kind of nano superpowers and shit like that.
All right.
They look like a lot of fun too. But definitely check out the gameplay videos and the preview videos. It looks like it's gonna be a great game. I'm gonna pre-order it. So
It drops in May for that one, I
I
believe.
think so. Yeah.
When are we ever going to get another Crisis? Is that ever going to come back?
So Crisis games come out when you get newer technology, usually, right? So you get them for usually once every generation per console.
Did we get one for this one?
Crisis 3 or 4?
Was
Yeah.
that this console?
I think
I
so,
thought
right?
I thought that was
Oh,
PS3.
last console. Or maybe it was like a dual. Like
Well,
it was on both PS3, PS4.
It's almost more for the PC
Yeah.
generations than anything. But hold on, let me make sure.
You know what's coming up real soon, and everyone that I know is hyped about it, is Mortal Kombat 11.
Mm.
A lot of folks is all
That's
about it.
this month too, or is that May?
That's in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
You've been watching the NBA Finals. You don't see.
Yeah, I've seen commercials
I
for it.
feel like every commercial there's
What's the playoffs,
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, but I feel like there's a Mortal Kombat commercial every fucking commercial segment.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have a shit ton of characters. They keep showing all kind of crazy shit. I mean, it looks crazy.
It's supposed to be crazy. Fatalities galore. And that's supposed to be extra gory. Now, that's an M for mature game.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
You find,
So Crisis 4, I think it. Hold on.
did it
This can't
drop?
be right.
Did we get a
I
4?
think it's coming out. It's supposed to come out this year.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any fucking buzz about it, but all right.
Oh, the next Crisis won't be called. No, that's not right.
this is an EA fucking subsidiary.
Yeah, so we'll fucking see, man. I think we're going to get a lot more news. We still don't even know if we're getting Last of Us 2 this year. It's a
Oh
big
yeah,
maybe.
they haven't. Didn't they say it's supposed to be sometime in 2019?
Yeah, everybody's fucking speculating, man. There's no fucking nothing confirmed.
mean,
Yeah.
confirmed.
So they announced there's an official trailer for Crisis 4 last year.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah.
Okay, so sometime soon.
But this is kind of weird.
What's it say?
I don't know. I think it's kind of in development hell. There's a whole bunch of launch trailers.
Take your time and do it right, God damn it.
Going back to 2013.
God damn.
To 2014, sorry. Yeah.
To switch it up a little bit, I know we've been talking about games, but I got to throw my fucking shade a little bit. I don't know if anybody actually saw fucking Hellboy, but god damn, it looked like it fucking bombed already. Like it made $12 million, man. Like that's
That's not a lot of money.
that's fucking trash as shit.
That's
Like,
unfortunate.
Yeah, and I'm not happy about that, but I mean, holy shit, it seemed like nobody was interested in
I
this
wonder
one.
why it was so bad.
Yeah, man. I mean, a rated R one, and I thought the first two were kind of got some cult love, right?
Yeah.
I liked him.
You know,
Yeah.
the Guillermo del
Guillermo del
Toro.
Toro.
Selma Blair's fine ass.
Yeah, you know. But woo, boy, it feels like everybody shit on this one.
I mean, this is a bad time to come out. You had 2 big comic book movies with Shazam. And then we have Endgame in like, what, 10 days?
Yeah, they should have dropped in like January with this one.
Or
You know,
February.
January or February would have been
nothing.
perfect.
There was nothing there in January, February of this year.
They were fucking retarded, man.
Either that or wait until like September. They probably would have done really well in September.
Yeah, it's all bad. So the Metacritic score for the critics is 31, and for it's got exactly one positive review on Metacritic.
Damn.
And then for the user score, it's 5.3.
Yeah, and those are the hardcore Hellboy fans. Because if you only have 12 million people or $12 million in the opening weekend, that means you already fucking love Hellboy if you saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, and I like, what's the guy from Stranger Things?
David Arbor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He worked out like a son of a bitch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He got all fucking yoked and
He's like,
shit.
fuck that, I'm going back to drinking beer.
Yeah, man. He's gonna be fucking embarrassed. But and it also had Mila.
so on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 15% on
going up.
critic score.
yeah, exactly. It started at 9.
Yeah, but it has a 63% audience score.
That's pretty good. And the only thing I'll still say is I think that audience score is a little skewed just based on how few people saw it. You know
Well,
what I mean?
it has 3,000 audience reviews
Oh, okay.
versus 164.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it has 164 like critical reviews.
Gotcha. I mean, that's not the worst on the audience score.
But still, though, that's not baking money, though.
Nah, man, this shit is a flop, because I'm sure it costs with all that makeup.
It probably costs 100 million.
Yeah,
80 million.
somewhere in there. They're probably lying, about how much it costs just to save face. But
I mean, the same thing with what was it, Pet Cemetery?
yep.
That didn't come out. I mean, I guess it
Well,
did okay.
that had to be cheaper though. Remember,
Oh, yeah.
horror movies are dirt cheap to make.
Well, cheap. Well, it depends on how much CGI they're using.
Yeah, but in general, like nowhere near comic book movies, nowhere near.
No, less explosions. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Less money. But I mean, depending on what kind of talent you get and how much CGI you use, they're generally going to be cheaper than like an Avengers or.
Yeah, because I mean, for example,
Shazam.
Us cost like $10 or $20 million. Get Out was like $5 million. You know what I mean? Like you could make a cheap horror movie that goes on to become a success. Blair Witch is another one.
I'm pretty sure Us was a lot more than that.
No, these are very dirt cheap from Blumhouse. They don't spend more than $10 to $20 million on even high end horror movies. You can look it up for yourself.
Yeah, 20 million for Us.
Yeah, so I think it's impressive when you take only $20 million for your production budget and you make over $100 million in your opening weekend. That is a runaway fucking success. It's
Yeah.
something that the studio's fucking masturbating to.
I mean, Us is sitting at 237 million
Huge.
worldwide.
Huge success. Huge.
So that's
success.
huge. I mean, a lot of people saw it. I mean, it fell off, but I mean, it made its money.
Absolutely. For
sure.
So and again, I still think Lupita deserves some nominations because she did a great performance in that.
I think
shit.
Get Out was way cheaper because that.
Well, that was $5 million.
Yeah, that was probably, but it had like people that were like less known. You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
So-
Absolutely.
But that literally made its worldwide run almost as much as Us so far.
Yeah.
So
Are you guys? I know we haven't mentioned this, but there's rumors flying for this Suicide Squad 2. Obviously, we have James Gunn doing the directing, possibly having John Cena in this son of a bitch.
I
yeah.
heard you would never see him in the movie, though.
Yeah, you can't see him. Dun, 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 dun.
Also, we didn't talk about Idris Elba being like reassigned out of respect for Will Smith type shit.
Weird shit. He's
Weird.
not going to be Deadshot.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that because I didn't really like Deadshot all that much the first go around. I thought he was just okay in this role. But we'll see. He could be Bronze Tiger. I mean, there's a whole bunch of folks he
Could be Bronze Tiger, but I mean, Michael Jai White was Bronze Tiger, and he did a pretty good fucking job.
I trust James Gunn to put his whole entire foot up in this project and actually just blow us a fucking way. He better do that. But holy shit, man, the cast stuff is fucking buzzing. Obviously, we're still getting Margot back as sexy as Harley Quinn. I don't know. I'm excited. I don't know about John Cena in too many movies. I didn't see Bumblebee, but some people told me he was pretty good in it.
He's okay.
Okay, well,
He's
we'll
all
fucking
right.
see, man.
I mean, he was what I expected from like a big wrestler transitioning to big budget movie.
Could you see him becoming anywhere in the next few years from a movie standpoint, The Rock or Batista?
Maybe.
Well, he's also been in a bunch of movies. This is not his first movie.
Yeah,
No,
it's
not by
definitely
far. Not by far.
I mean, he's even in a comedy. He's in
Yeah.
that one with the they're trying to get their kid to college type shit.
Yeah, I watched that one.
Yeah. Can't remember.
Yeah, I forget the name of the movie. It was pretty funny though.
Yeah, so I mean, he could become a huge star as long as he picks his projects well. I'll put it that way.
Well, same thing. I mean, Batista's a pretty good actor too.
He's great.
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever see the Blade Runner, the new one?
No, because I need to rewatch the old one again because it's been too long.
Yeah.
So, but it's on the list.
He has a short role in it. It's only like 20 minutes or so, maybe even 15.
Yeah.
But he knocks it out of the fucking park. The best part about that fucking movie.
I heard he's a better actor than The Rock. So.
Yeah, man. I actually give him that, and we'll fucking see with him. So it is what it fucking is.
We gotta go back to gaming.
All right, what you got?
This is actually from you. We need to hear because you didn't get a chance to talk about this last week. Is Sekiro Shadows Die
Sekiro!
Twice.
Shadows Die Twice. So this is...
But you died more than twice though.
Oh, man. Multiple times, man. The tutorial boss kicked my ass for like 2 hours.
Wait. I
plus.
thought you don't do tutorials.
Well, this one is... I don't know a way of avoiding him, so I'm sure there is a way around him. But the great thing about this game is you get a lot of fucking tools. A lot of fucking tools right off the bat. Firecrackers, some fucking...
Firecrackers.
Yeah, firecrackers, yeah. Some flames. You have to know where to, purchase them and whatnot. But you can do you throw fucking dust at people to distract them. A lot of things to kind of throw off someone's, your enemy's concentration and focus. And then when you're attacking, you're trying to fuck up what's known as their posture meter. And so you fuck that up by attacking or fucking countering, and then you go in for like a bloody ass death stroke. You know what I mean? Where you're just jumping up from behind them sometimes, putting your sword all the way through their neck, all the way down to their fucking kidneys and shit. It's fucking brutal. So the things from from Bloodborne and from Dark Souls with the backstabs or the visceral attacks, that's the equivalent of a lot of the finishing moves in this one.
It's kind of funny that you say that. So I know the other games didn't have like finishing moves like that, but the Surge did. And the Surge is kind of like, it's not a Soulsborne maker, but it's sort of like Soulsborne.
Yeah, I want to be.
But they had the finishing moves in there.
Yeah.
And it's sort of the same deal. It's like a different meter they'd have to hit up to, and then...
So kind of like the posture meter like I was
It
describing?
wasn't a posture meter, but basically it's like, it depended on where you hit them. So when you saw an enemy, they were armored, and some places were like weaker armored or not armored at all. So if you hit those places, it would build up that meter faster. And so you could like basically like take out their leg, their whole fucking torso, their head, in like brutal fashion. So that's really cool. They took that and put it into their game.
I mean, FromSoft has a lot of like imitators. There's no doubt about it. They've been really innovative and whatnot. Their games aren't for everybody. I totally get that. This game has sold extremely well for FromSoft, and being a new IP with Activision. I do have a knock on it, which was, I'm used to with like Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 doing it like in a co-op group. This is truly only single player, but they give you the tools.
Are you lonely?
I am a little. I want to, you're a lone wolf in this fucking game.
Get
You
on
know what I mean?
Division 2, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, let me beat this one. Let me beat this one, and maybe Days Gone, and I might jump on it. No, I beat Dark Souls 3. I beat Bloodborne, multiple times.
I don't believe it.
Damn.
But yeah, so it's a very fun game, but you are going to certainly die a lot. You are going to fucking grind your fucking teeth on these bosses, and you're going to have to look up some tips and do some fucking farming as well to build up your fucking meter and whatnot. They do have a tutorial kind of dummy in the hub world where you can kind of practice your countering and whatnot, but it's really important when someone's attacking to have extremely precise countering. And you can jump, you can do your fucking grappling hook, you can, obviously do your backstabbing and whatnot, but all of the bosses, what's really cool is they have like red dot kind of eyes on their life meter. And so you can get one kind of visceral attack or whatever where you've kind of snuck up on them and like put your sword all the way in them and whatnot, and you've damaged them quite a bit. And then they still have one of those red eyes kind of left. And getting that extra hit means they've changed up all of their patterns. They're more aggressive. They're fucking just harder all the way around, and you're never going to be able to surprise them again. So, and the other thing is, I mentioned the firecrackers, and I mentioned throwing the dust and whatnot. Your enemies adapt. So you try to do that bullshit with them more than once, and they're like, I've seen that fucking move before.
Oh, that's kind of like
fuck you.
Shit, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
With, Taskmaster.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You cannot just spam the fucking firecrackers, or you have a flamethrower or anything else. I know that there's like a shield umbrella that looks badass. It's later on in the game. I'm still probably in the first third of it, but I hope to get some more done. I am not going to Twitch this game out. Fuck y'all. You're not watching me fucking dying. But it is a very excellent game, and I think it's going to be a nominee. I got my fucking fingers crossed.
People are trying to say that's game of the year, and I'm like, let's pump the brakes.
Well, why would you say pump the brakes?
Because a lot of other games are coming out this year.
Oh yeah, I mean it's early. It's early, but you know I think we have some contenders.
I mean there's some games in previous years, right, that I called it early. Like God of War, I called super early. Breath of the Wild, I called super early. But I don't think this one's gonna be one of them.
Oh, I think so. I mean,
I think it'll be on the list, but I don't think it's gonna win.
Okay, well let's see. I mean, look at Metacritic on there. I mean, it's well over 90s, all the way
I'm
getting
sure,
9s and 10s.
I'm sure it's rating well, but I just don't think it's gonna win Game of the Year.
Yeah, well,
Quote me.
Well, yeah, we will see. I think it's gonna get some nominations, but it's a long fucking year. We're only in April. We got to get through E3 and see what the fuck we're gonna get in the fall, man. You know?
Yeah.
So good game so far.
Did y'all watch the Boys trailer?
No.
What is this?
What is the Boys?
Can we show it live? We might get actually I don't give a fuck. We don't get that much revenue from YouTube right now. So,
Oh shit.
We're
breaking the rules.
You want to watch it live?
What is the Boys?
It's
Set us up.
a Amazon show based on superheroes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Right. So it's
Original?
It's original.
Okay.
As far as I know. I mean, I just saw the trailer today and it looked pretty good.
All right.
Just give me a second to
He's
set it
pulling it up. I always notice the background music.
You know it's when you're not talking, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's better than dead air.
It is. I mean, you know, we got this from we got the idea from pre-recorded live. Yeah. Thank you, Noah.
All right. So he's pulling it up right now.
So I'll show. Oh, let me get the ad out of the way. What's gonna piss me off is that YouTube's probably gonna pull
first you get a
video
job,
because of this,
and
but it's a fucking
exciting.
ad. So
And
I'm
that
gonna
wears
fight
off,
this
so
with
eventually you
copyright
quit.
intention because
And you think, I'll
annoying.
just search for a new job.
Okay.
That's
So this is a trailer called The Boys, and it's going to be an Amazon exclusive.
All right. New York City,
So here we
Central
go.
Park.
Sorry if you're listening
Hey, shit, it's Carl Urban.
Ant-Man, go in that booty.
to this.
Oh, blood and guts.
Fucking diabolical.
Oh shit! I didn't put it on.
We're the world's greatest superheroes. And I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Who's that dude?
Huh? Who's up
Zoom?
for that?
Yeah, Batman type dude. Yep. Superman type dude.
That's where I come in.
Carl Urban.
To do what?
Heart of a lion, fire inside me blaze like a siren.
Spank the bastards.
Wake up the beast, no I can't keep silent.
How do you spank a superhero?
It's my time, your time is expiring.
Oh, that's
Bang.
Tears, I conquer my fears, I'm ready to fly.
Bloody.
that was Elizabeth Shue.
It looks gory.
Yeah.
Actual gory.
Cool.
Hands in the crowd,
Oh, what the?
Is that a dolphin?
Yeah.
A baby with lasers? What the hell?
I'm fucking on board with this.
Yeah.
Wow, she was getting eaten out, and then she sat on his face when she nutted and crushed him.
God,
Like literally, his
damn.
brains were coming out of his face.
Yeah, man. I'm fucking down for that.
So yeah, it looked pretty cool, and I think that the actual guy that's part of the Boys, I think they go after superheroes that went bad,
I like
as
it.
like humans.
I like
So,
the premise, man.
It
Amazon
feels-
trying to
it-
do it.
It feels like Watchmen a little bit.
A little, yeah. Although, you know, Watchmen obviously felt it's a story of its time in terms of like Cold War 80s and whatnot. But
True.
yeah.
But
this-
we're getting a Watchmen TV series on HBO.
I forgot about that
It's
bullshit.
out this summer, I believe.
Okay.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Goddamn.
it should be. I think it'll. I will not be surprised if it airs directly after Game of Thrones.
God damn. We'll see. I'm down for it, man.
I would be surprised because that would mean Game of Thrones went way too long into the summer.
yeah, because
it's
only
only
eight.
eight episodes, man. It's only 8 weeks.
Yeah, man.
That'll get you into May.
Exactly. And that's it. The other one that was kind of exciting, we are getting The Witcher dropping this year from Netflix.
Yeah, late 2019.
I'm fucking down, man.
Yeah.
You know, Netflix kind of. I like how they don't really. They usually just surprise you. They're like, "Hey, here's some hot shit."
I prefer that.
You know,
because I don't like this whole. We're gonna show you fucking 55,000 trailers, show you the whole plot. Here's one trailer drops. Guess what? Right now, it's great. Like with the Super Bowl with the Bandersnatch.
Exactly, and
that shit was great.
Literally last night they dropped a Beyonce fucking 2-hour fucking concert movie. You know, exclusive.
And it dropped today, right?
Yeah.
And she dropped an album apparently.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I was like, holy fuck,
double whammy.
I think Amazon has realized that word of mouth trumps trailers, like a plethora of trailers, right?
Yep.
With like the vast majority of their content. Like I would venture to say that probably most of the shows that you've watched on Netflix, you've heard about from a friend of yours.
Absolutely.
Maybe from this podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't need a whole bunch of trailers to get somebody on board.
Yep. There's people who will watch everything that's a Netflix original. You know, some of it, there's like a bell curve. Some of it's great. Some of it's middle of the road. Some of it's trash.
Yeah.
But the cream of the crop, it's going to fucking rise and shit. You're going to hear about it.
I think the best example is Stranger Things.
Yeah. It's definitely pretty much all word of mouth. And I think that's one of the ways that Netflix really geniusly saves money on advertisements, because they have to pay for all those ads. And it's like, if you could just have one badass show or a bunch of badass shows that people just talk about to their friends, you know, it's like how many times you heard about us, or at least me, talk about the fucking Bandersnatch. I watched that fucking movie probably 25 fucking times.
Yeah. Black Mirror. I mean,
Black Mirror. I mean, we
Big
literally
Mouth.
Big Mouth
spent almost an entire episode just on Bandersnatch.
Yep. There you go.
Because it was just as crazy. But I mean, Stranger Things had the way I heard about it, someone was talking about it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, there was no trailers, there was nothing, and I was like, well, what is this? Let me check this out, and I was hooked. Episode 1.
Yeah, once they had like the old school like 80s thing, and I was like, I remember the 80s.
Yeah.
Nostalgia, you got me.
And it felt like with the graphics and the sound, you know what I mean, those
it
things that we watched.
Even like the opening marquee, it felt like this weird horror movie mixed with E.T., mixed with like some Tron graphics type shit. Just, I was like, oh, I'm already interested.
And we're still getting season 3 this year, right?
Yeah, July 4th.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it should be interesting.
God fucking
So we
damn, man.
shall see.
It's gonna be weird to see 11 with hair.
Yeah. I mean, all the kids are going to be looking a little bit older. You know, that's the thing with child actors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like, what was I watching? I think Fuller House got canceled, but one of the oldest boy on there, and actually the oldest girl, like they both grew up like so fast.
Yeah.
And same thing with like, God damn, I forget the other fucking show, Girl Meets World. Like, they grew up like super fast too, and it was weird. Like the nerdy kid in one season was like, he had like a high pitched voice, he was annoying. And like the next season, he had like a grown man voice. And he was tall, and I was just like, well, he's not a nerd anymore.
Yep. Which is why we always got traditionally, like on Saved by the Bell and all those other shows, grown ass men and women playing the role of teenagers and shit. You know what I mean? Even on 90210 and all that shit. So
like even in Friends, like Matt LeBlanc, his hair was gray.
Yep.
He had to dye it all the time for that.
Yep.
I was just like, just let it go, man.
Yeah, you know, it is what it fucking is, man.
Did we want to talk about what's going on in France, or what happened in France a few days ago?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So the Notre Dame or Notre Dame Cathedral. It's like 800-year-old cathedral.
Pretty old, yeah.
Caught fire. Now I didn't catch to see, was this arson? Was this
I don't think we know.
Yeah, well, they said they were doing renovations, and then like the fire started like way up in like the top of the cathedral.
spire? Yeah.
So it just kind of went down. So they don't know yet.
So yeah, I guess. Was anyone in the cathedral when it
I don't
caught
think
ablaze?
people were hurt.
Nobody was hurt. Nobody was hurt.
Yeah, I think if they were doing renovations, they were probably empty when it started.
Well, at least that portion was, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because it's a. I've seen a 3D model, and it looks like it's massive.
So one of the reasons why we're talking about, there's a couple of reasons why we're going to talk about this. One of them is a super nerdy reason.
Okay.
So I don't know if this is like kind of breaking news, but it's something that I was kind of wondering about. So they're going to enlist the help of Ubisoft to help reconstruct.
Oh yeah.
I thought Ubisoft offered help.
Well, they're donating money, but they're also using so Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed, I think it was not Origins, but
The Paris one.
the Paris one. I forget what the fuck it was called.
Syndicate? One of them.
Maybe it was Syndicate, but it was a fun one. But the cathedral's in it.
Yeah.
And so they did a whole bunch of laser, what do you call it? Not engravements, but imaging.
Yeah.
To like see where everything was. Laser imaging to see where everything was at inside the building. So they're going to use Ubisoft's like laser imaging system to reconstruct the cathedral. I thought that's dope as fuck.
It is, man.
Dope. That is
dope.
That's extra nerdy. Actually.
Assassin's Creed help in the real world.
But this is also like super controversial.
Oh, really?
For a lot of people, like my sister's one of them.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, people are mad because there's a bunch of churches here in America that burned down. They're black churches that
Yes.
nobody didn't get national or
thought
international fame.
okay, I was about to say I'm on nationally. Yeah, we all knew. But okay.
Well, even then, I mean, it got some national fame, but not as much as this.
Yes.
And it's for a bunch of reasons, right? I mean, some buildings are more valuable than others. There's really no denying that.
This is a landmark.
Yeah,
like
it's
a
a
huge
landmark,
landmark.
in France. So, just getting past like the whole religious thing, it's definitely a landmark. It's not just a normal building. It's full of a bunch of artifacts and shit like that. Don't get me wrong.
And paintings.
Yeah, every church means something to somebody.
Sure.
But this one meant something to a whole shitload of people. It had like 12 million visitors a year. And that's pretty significant. Another thing is that it got a whole bunch of like donations to the cathedral, which I thought was kind of odd.
Yeah.
Because as far as I knew, it's part of the Archdiocese of
Catholic Church.
Yeah, that's the Catholic Church.
Yep.
In Paris.
Yep.
And they make, I think their revenue was something like $50 billion.
Oh, they print their own money.
Yeah, so I'm like, do we really need to donate that money to that? I mean,
people that are of that faith probably will. I mean, the church collects.
Well, they're already donating money to that. That's the weird thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can donate money wherever the fuck you want.
Of course.
I mean, but at the same time, it's like, it was going to get rebuilt anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that it was not. The Catholic Church is not hurting for money.
Nope.
And I know a lot of folks said that, there's a bunch of other things that you can donate your money to that are probably more valuable. I get that. However, you can't tell somebody how to spend their money.
No, you really can't. And I'm sure, on a cynical side, I'm sure they had insurance too for against fire as well too.
That's
so
true.
I don't think it's.
I think the same people that were saying that you could put your money towards other stuff. It's like, well, what did you donate to this year?
Yeah.
Did you donate to everything this year? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did, or anything. You donate anything.
I put it a little separately. So, this was a landmark, like you said. Burnt in whatever accident, doesn't seem like arson. The black churches, like I think in Louisiana, 3 of them last week or this week got burned. And there were others, obviously, historically that have happened.
Yeah.
Those were racist-ass
Yes.
events, where they were trying to intimidate and scare and fuck up, black people. So different purpose, you know what I mean, with those, and very different incidents. The buildings themselves and, churches in the South or whatever aren't nearly as iconic and landmark, most of them, as, Notre Dame and whatnot. But I can be very concerned about, some maniac trying to burn down black churches, and at the same time feel, sad that an ancient piece of architecture is burnt down in Europe too.
Yeah, I mean, the thing for me is that, listen, if you're really concerned about all, those black churches that burn, over in I think it's mostly the South, right? It's like, definitely donate your money to them.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to do anything for, this cathedral. You really don't. Just donate to the thing you want to see rebuilt faster.
Yep.
And donate to the other one. There's nothing wrong with that.
What black church doesn't have a building fund? Like
I mean,
I think that
all of them do.
let's not dig too deep into this shit, because I share I don't know if it's appropriate, but there's like a whole fucking Instagram page about like these baller ass preachers.
Yeah, the televangelist. I mean,
like,
there's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
but it's like, what? I mean, I guess if it was a small church,
it breaks down like their actual clothing.
Yeah.
$3,000 shoes.
Yes.
No, but I mean, dude, some of them have fucking jets.
Yeah,
Yep.
There's no
And
excuse for
jets
that.
and like fucking basically castles and shit.
Yes.
So I mean, but I mean, I'm trying to think what church does not have insurance. I guess if you're a small church and you're just starting out, or if you're just a church that doesn't get a lot of donations from tithe, then you probably are going to need the community's help. But like Prodigy was saying, the Notre Dame has almost been around for 10 centuries. Almost. It has survived multiple wars. And this is actually an achievement of humankind. Like, humans built this.
It's an architectural achievement.
Yeah, I mean, but it's something in our human past. Like, what else that we have that's still man-made that ties us back there? I mean, there's obviously the Colosseum, and maybe a few others.
Well,
but,
Coliseum goes way back before that. But
yeah, but I mean,
I got
there's
you.
not
I
a
got
whole
you.
lot.
Yeah.
And if this one goes out, that's one piece of our history. That's
It's been
gone.
damaged before too and rebuilt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
but
I would be upset if something happened to, the Great Wall of China.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
the pyramids, or, Stonehenge,
Yeah.
Easter Island, any of
Oh,
those
yeah.
great things, I would be like, damn, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I really would be.
'Cause
And at the
Yeah.
same time, I'm angry that maniacs are burning down black churches with racist shit too. You know?
Yeah.
You know what? I just want to point out though, Paris, France has been there for black folks. So, back in 1915, when
Okay.
World War I broke out,
Yeah.
the Harlem, not Harlem Knights, but the
Globetrotters?
the fighters, the black men that were in Harlem that went to go fight overseas.
Not Tuskegee.
No,
right?
not Tuskegee.
that's
They're
World
known
War
as
II.
the
That's nowhere near
because
that.
they're talked about. They're featured a lot in Battlefield 1. The Harlem Hellfighters.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They were not commanded by American forces. The Americans didn't want them fighting. The U.S. Paris took them in. They were under command under Paris officials, and they fought for them. They let them carry the U.S. flag, but they were commanded by French forces.
I feel like Battlefield 1 should have gone into that story a little bit better.
They should have,
That's why I
but
told you, like the best things for me about Battlefield 1 were all those like little vignettes, all the
Yeah.
stories, and they
Yeah.
just didn't have enough.
they
Yeah.
didn't. I mean,
Yeah,
but
more would have been great. I
but
agree.
the gameplay is fucking great. That's what's fucked up.
Yeah, but the vignettes, the little short story, they only had about 10 or 12 of them. Right?
No,
It was less than
I
that. It
think
was like
less than
4 or
that. It's
5.
like
Oh,
6.
Yeah.
6
damn.
maximum.
I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt.
No,
Fuck.
there's like 3 up top, 3 on the bottom.
Yeah,
That's pretty much.
The one that got me was with the woman and then the Lawrence of Arabia one.
Oh yeah,
fun.
that was a
yeah,
good one.
it was
That
great.
a good one.
It was an Arab woman, I believe.
Because it was
Yeah.
like semi-open world.
Yeah, exactly.
And that one you play too. You play literally Lawrence of Arabia, then you play her.
Yeah, it was fucking
But-
badass, man.
And then going back, like in the past, like James Baldwin, famous African American writer, he went to Paris.
Yeah.
And he felt more accepted there than he did in his homeland.
Yep.
And they accepted him. They let him be what he wanted to be. They let him write. He didn't get harassed.
Yeah.
He felt like, as he says, a human.
Yeah.
So, just want to put that out there.
But yeah, and it's a good point. But you don't have. I guess at the end of the day, you don't have to be angry about other people being upset with something happening. I don't know. I don't.
So I think you don't have to be angry about a historic edifice burning down, but
Yeah.
a tragedy is a tragedy in its own right, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm glad nobody got hurt too.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
you can feel whatever type of way, but to tell people where to put their money, that's kind of a little.
I mean, unless it's going to something nefarious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, which, if you're talking about the Catholic Church, a little fucking iffy, I'll be honest
Yeah.
with you. I mean,
I
there's
mean,
a lot of
I-
priests fucking
there's
going on
been-
with little boys.
There's
so-
been shade about that too. Like people are like, "Why are you giving the Catholic Church money?" Well, like, dude, this thing's been around generations before you were born.
Let me just tell you this: there is absolutely no guarantees that you donating your money will go to the rebuilding of this.
Yeah.
Let's be real and pragmatic about shit. They don't have to go to this. Like I said,
Yeah,
they probably haven't. I'm sure they have.
If you want to be
insurance.
sure, be a fucking carpenter and go over there and help with the rebuild.
There you
That's where
go.
know, oh, my shit's going towards this. You know? If not,
Yeah, man. So yeah, and I actually went there once.
really?
Yeah,
Cam, I did too, I
back in
think.
02 or something like that.
Damn.
It's not,
My cousin was there in February.
Yeah.
did you hear what
was
President
just-
Trump said about it?
What he said?
No, he said some shit.
Go
He,
ahead.
he has suggestions.
Funny
You
shit,
should have
man.
flying tankers. That would probably put out the fire faster.
God
You-
damn.
You know what France did?
What
They
they-
had a fucking robot.
Yeah. What?
They had
Oh.
a fucking robot put the fire out.
God.
What the?
Damn, man.
That's
They-
amazing.
They're living in the year 3000.
Yeah, thank you, Orange Man. We had a robot. A fucking flying tanker. Get the fuck out of here.
Damn.
They had a robot.
That's awesome.
That's fucking awesome, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to them, man. We'll fucking see what happens.
So are y'all? We usually don't go like too political on this podcast.
Sure.
But I gotta talk about. I know I mentioned before, maybe probably on this podcast, how I don't really plan on voting.
Oh, yeah.
Because most of the candidates are fucking bullshit.
Oh.
But there is actually a candidate that's sticking out to me.
Who?
This guy named Andrew Yang.
Oh yeah,
Have
I've
you
seen
like paid
him.
attention to this dude?
I've seen him. He was on a few political talk shows I watched. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
he's been out there a lot lately, and he had a CNN town hall like 2 or 3 days ago, maybe. Did extremely well. I first heard about him on I'll be honest with you, on the Joe Rogan podcast. He came on there talking about universal basic income,
Okay.
which is something I've been very interested in because I'm in the tech field, and I know that it's something that needs to be done, but I didn't know how to pay for it.
Okay. Did he explain?
He explained it very well on Joe Rogan's podcast. So most of the time when you see him talk about UBI, it's the short-term, short version of Universal Basic Income. He calls it the Freedom Fund.
Okay.
But he breaks it down into like small chunks because you get talking points on these shows.
Sure.
But on Joe Rogan's podcast, he actually broke it down like how he would pay for it.
Okay.
And it all made sense to me, like how he would pay for it. And there's also certain states that already implement UBI, like Alaska's one of the first ones. It's been around for like 4 decades.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Well, they talked about it on The Simpsons actually, like a long time ago. So if you go, I thought it was just when you went there, when you moved there, you got $1,000. But apparently, it's between $1,000 and $2,000 every fucking month.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
and it's paid for by an oil fund.
Yeah, they got a lot of that.
I mean, but how many people live in Alaska though? I'm just saying.
Yeah, but the thing is that
Still a lot.
no, I get it because I know someone that did that. Actually, they worked a restaurant job, but they had to sign a contract that they're going to be there for a certain amount of years, but they got paid to move.
Yeah. It's a lot of companies do that.
But for a restaurant, usually no.
Well, it's in Alaska though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But everything I've heard about this guy, there was one thing that I didn't want to talk about him for a long time because one thing held me up is because he had a stance on guns that I did not agree with, which he changed because I looked recently and he changed it on his policies tab. So like a lot of these newer candidates on the Democratic side, he's a Democrat by the way, even though he's really not. I think he's an independent, but he's running as a Democrat for the visibility. But a lot of these candidates, they're not really clear on where they stand on like a variety of policies.
Of course.
And his policies tab is fucking deep as shit.
Good.
It is super deep. And before, when I was looking, his gun safety tab, it had a thing on there where he said that basically anybody that got shot with a firearm, the firearm maker would get fined for it. And I was like, that's fucking bullshit.
That's kind of hardcore.
But I've recently gone back and looked, and he's changed that policy into like more common sense shit.
Okay.
Shit that I can agree with, like a deeper background check, having tiers of things for owning a firearm, having refresher courses and shit like that.
Okay.
Which totally makes sense. I'm fine with that. I can get on board with that. Not like some stupid ass bullshit that would never get him elected. So every time I've seen him talk to somebody, I've never seen him get stumped.
Good.
I've never seen him have like a serious mess up. I even Googled like controversies with this dude. There's no controversies. He's this Asian dude that's really smart. He's an entrepreneur.
What state is he from?
Shit, I can't remember. But I know he's the son of immigrants, and one of his kids is autistic. Is like on the spectrum.
Wow. Yeah.
And so he's like super interesting dude. So if you look up Andrew Yang, just check out his shit and see if you like him.
Okay.
So, like if I was to vote,
maybe for him.
That'd be the guy.
Okay.
As far as like right now, especially for like, well, yeah, right now that's like the only guy I'm
I mean, well, and there's, it seems like a dozen people,
There's more than that. Everybody else got fucking serious baggage. Like Kamala Harris, I can't vote for that chick.
Really?
No. Like she was a DA did some fucked up shit here in California. She covered up a bunch of shit. She was like the guy that just got recently released about he was falsely accused of murder. She's the one who basically said no to all of his appeals because he was the DA at the time. He's a black dude. She's not a person that is an advocate for the African American community, as far as I'm concerned. But on a larger note, for the American community, because her policies towards crime were fucked up for everybody, but even more so for African Americans here, especially in the state of California, where she was a DA for a sort of long period of time.
Fair enough. All right, let's. I think we covered fucking every goddamn thing. Did we already do the BTI? Basically?
No, we have two.
Okay, we got another. Let's do that.
There's one in the chat, but one from Dirty Stew. He posed it to me, but I'm gonna pose it to y'all. What are you more excited for, Episode 9 or Jedi Fallen Order?
Episode 9 for me, man. I'm a Reylo shipper since way back in Force Awakens. I can't wait for Episode 9, and I want Palpatine.
Yeah, definitely Episode 9. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Fallen Order, I mean, it sounds good, but I don't got no substance. Like, it's like it just didn't show me shit.
Yeah, not yet.
Like, you showing me cutscenes doesn't mean shit to me. I need to see gameplay. I need to see how the game operates. I need to see your mechanics, shit like that. But they didn't show us any of that. I mean, it looked cool. Shit. It looked cool, but not that cool.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Definitely Episode 9. Yeah. I'm a huge Skywalker fan, even though I really like Mace Windu, but I do want to see how J.J. Abrams comes in and wraps up the Skywalker saga. Because this is not the end of Star Wars movies.
Oh, of course
not by a long
They're
shot.
not fucking ending this money train.
Yeah, they're not. We already saw today. There's already talking about a Knights of the Old Republic type films coming after the Star Wars saga, which I'm on board for too.
Good.
So I'm cool with that because they can tell a new, fresh story using Star Wars technology and go deeper into the Force lore. So I'm on board for that. But definitely Episode 9. I'm obviously going to order or play on Fallen Order because I really like Respawn. I like what they've done. Even though Prodigy sucks at fucking Apex Legends.
Oh, I'm too fucking trash, man.
But
I'm so trash.
so far, Respawn hasn't let me down. But I've pretty much owned almost every Star Wars game. Almost. There's a handful that I don't.
Oh, that Titanfall 2 was really fucking good, too.
Yeah,
I got to give props.
Yes,
I mean,
Titanfall 2 was fucking amazing. But yeah, definitely Episode 9. And then we have a Warrior fella in the chat
what's he
asks,
saying? What's he saying?
who has the best animated boobs you've seen so far?
Oh, okay. I'm going to go with High School of the Dead because the anime titties on the purple-haired chick, I can't remember her fucking name right now.
I know what you're talking about.
But her fucking boobs would bounce and shit and move out of the way of bullets. They would dodge in fucking Matrix fucking warp time. I love that shit. Greatest anime titties of all time. Uh-oh.
Oh, you cut yourself off.
Can't hear shit.
Nope. No.
What'd you do?
He unplugged himself.
All right, while he's doing that, what was yours? Anime titties.
I'm going to say Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because she had some just
I mean, it's not anime, it's cartoon, but yeah.
But still, it's animated boobies.
Yes,
But,
yes.
I mean, bruh, every time she took a step, they would jiggle. Every time she got close to someone, you would hear that noise just boom. Of her just boobies
bounce.
just fucking sliding and bouncing all over everybody. And I was just like,
There we go.
this is why Roger Rabbit stutters.
Yes,
I'm just
yes,
saying.
yes.
I'm going to go with Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh.
Boy, did she have some titties.
Oh, yes, she did. That old
Damn.
great one. I love it. Ending on titties. All right, Old Ninja, what you got populating this week?
So what am I doing? I'm gonna try to get our gaming streaming uppage. I mean, there's some stuff from last week where Prodigy and I were playing Apex Legends. Hopefully, we'll get more. I have not twitched out any of my Division 2, and I've been playing that a lot. So I've been fucking up, but I plan to do that. I'm probably gonna stream both on Twitch and on YouTube. You'll see a message from us go up. I'm catching up on the CW superhero stuff. I know Blue is probably caught up by now. What else am I missing? I don't know if I'm going to see Hellboy just to see
how bad it is.
just how bad it is. I mean, I don't know.
Watch that train wreck.
We'll see.
They could use your money.
Yeah, they could. I mean, I do like David Harbour. I wish this did well for him because I think he deserves to be a superstar. So, I mean, I might just throw it out there. I mean, I do have free passes and shit, but I'm just saying. But other than that, I think I got some birthday stuff coming up, hanging out, gonna be in Los Altos for a little bit. So
Good shit. Kronos, what you got?
I am taking next Wednesday off just to basically fucking spring clean like an adult.
Nice.
Both
Oh,
me and
damn.
K-Mac, we're going to get rid of a bunch of shit, and then I'm going to hopefully make way to get finished with the rest of the Infinity base.
Good shit.
Because I have the rest of the installation. It's got to be put in. Network line is almost done, and then it's got to buy drywall. But it should be coming together pretty soon. Like, it only needs maybe a week's worth of work left, but
Yeah.
I just got to make time for it. So
I understand. Me, I'm definitely watching all of these NBA playoffs. We did have one of the Better Than MJ and Kobe's drop, which was fucking fun. And hopefully catching up on way more fucking anime and shit this goddamn weekend.
you gonna be gaming or what?
Yeah, I'll get on some gaming. I'll get on some Apex and be
Are you
more
gonna do the
trash.
fucking tutorial or what?
Nah, fuck the tutorial.
Do I have to hold your hand again?
Nah, I'm fucking badass on that
Oh
shit.
my
Fuck
God!
you. Check
All
us
right.
out.
You just experienced the Dankest podcast on the internet. We are Black and Black Times Infinity. Check us out on the internet with @BThanBTI. That's BTHANBTI on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Actually, YouTube, you might want to look up Black and Black Times Infinity. It's probably easier. Player FM, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, our official website, binheadproduction.com/BThanBTI. And then on Amazon, we have an app on there. And then on Twitch, twitch.tv/BThanBTI. Check us out. Watch us.
Get your
Burn it.
anime tickets. Memorial Day weekend, San Jose. We got a panel. It's gonna be fucking great.
Should be. We there.
Plus hentai afterwards. Skate, skate.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Shit.
Oh, how dare you.